Hello, guys. Welcome to the Falcons Champions Trophy second edition, match 31 from Sulabiya ground. Today's matches between stacked CCB and Pitch Panthers. Uh, Pitch Panthers, they have played only one game in this tournament so far. Unfortunately, they were unable to win the previous game. Whereas stacked CC have played three games, winning two of the games.
Yeah,
As per the standings in the leaderboard, stacked CC are third, whereas Pitch Panthers, they're lagging behind. They are the bottom in leaderboard.
yeah,
We have seen how important Krishnan's innings was in the first game in this tournament. He scored 102 of 50 balls, and along with Ritu Narayanan scoring 48 of 36 balls. These two build a partnership of 120 runs in the previous game. So if they are able to build a same kind of partnership or the same level of performance which they had initially, even though they scored about 180 something runs, they were
yeah.
unable to
I think
do
that
the
came down
defending
to
of the score.
their bowling performance, didn't it, Kritesh? Because obviously they ended up giving 335 runs away against MEC's study group. Um, that's a crazy score. We don't really see 300 getting crossed in T20s. Obviously, getting 200 itself in the first place is a great achievement in this ground. So I think it'll depend more on their bowling lineup today than the actual batting efforts from these guys. But again, you want to make sure that you have enough runs on the board that your bowling lineup can defend it. So maybe about 185, 190 is something that they probably will be looking at.
Definitely, yeah. They should be looking for a higher score, I would say, if you think their bowling isn't that great and having conceded 335 runs, which means that clearly shows the bowling lineup they have got 35 runs. So in order to defend their total, they need to be scoring somewhere around 180 or 190 odd, I would say.
Yeah.
Clearly for Avinash, he has had a positive start. It is to do with the previous game, I think so, because he got out for a duck in the previous game. So he needs to have a great start today. You can see he has had a positive start, scored 5 runs of the 5 balls, not getting boundaries so far, playing
Yeah.
positively, no risky shots. Christian is obviously taking some time to get settled before going for great shots, I would say.
Yeah, again, I think after that first over, they're just probably going to be happy that they both have been able to get off the mark. Spin immediately coming on in the second over itself. Rohan probably wants to use his spin capabilities to try to get an early breakthrough, especially considering how informed Krishna has been. He is
Oh,
bowling for
that's a
Avinash.
wicket. So that's a wicket from Avinash. It clearly shows Avinash doesn't have a great experience. You have seen he has played only 12 games in his career so far,
Yeah,
highest being 53 runs. He's averaging only about 16 runs. I'm not quite sure why they brought Avinash out early in the innings, even though he
yeah,
wasn't able to perform in the previous game. I think
definitely.
they should have brought Narayanan early on
Yeah.
to build up a partnership
But I
with
think they're
Krishnan.
almost protecting his wicket, aren't they? And Chandrasekhar says pitch is clearly helping for left arm spinners. Definitely. I think we've spoken about this, quite extensively over the past few games. Every team that has had a left arm spinner, like a proper left arm spinner, has ended up getting, a lot of wickets. Again, Rohan Vijayavardhan, especially as Chandrasekhar points out, very clearly, will
Definitely.
play a really important part. And again, Rijal, one of the better players in the competition. We've seen him, provide a lot of assistance with the bat, and then obviously came back and bowled really well in that second innings. I think he ended up getting 4 wickets as well. So very important to have a quality left arm spinner. I think that's going to obviously take a is going to do a lot of damage when it comes to that prediction. Obviously, Pitch Panthers already down to 17% when it comes to win probability. Obviously, I think everybody was still backing Stack CC early on. Again, they had a lot of backing in their previous game as well. Unfortunately, the result ended up going against them. And obviously, they both want to win the game today. But I think Stack CC probably the better team on paper to end up winning the game.
It's the match is very similar to the yesterday's game, I would say, Gokul. The game between the team who is in table third and the team who is bottom of the table. It is going to be a very important game for Stack CC, I would say. If they get to win this game, they'll be table toppers, having won 3 games out of 4.
Yeah, Rohan almost
For Pitch
unlucky
Panthers
there
to
to not get another wicket. Inside just missing that leg stump ends up being a single for Dilip. So Dilip gets off his mark as well. Do you think more wickets are likely in the power play, Kritesh, or do you think they're just going to play a very calm brand of cricket?
I think they need to be playing calm, losing the wicket early on. But as Chandrasekhar mentioned, spin is definitely very dominating in this particular tournament. You can see there is no good communication between the bats.
Yeah,
Dilip wants to go for a run. Krishan asks him to stay back. Doesn't want to risk his wicket very early. Krishan is definitely a very important wicket for pitch Panthers, I would say.
yeah,
If they lose this wicket, it's going to be a great breakthrough for Stack CC.
yeah.
They'll be able to control the score below even 130, I would say, if they get Christian's wicket. And the only other wicket after Christian's would be taking Narayanan's wicket.
Yeah, I think obviously it's a good positive start from Rohan as well if you're a Stack CC supporter. In that previous game we saw he came in the power play, tried bowling to very aggressive Kader Wali, who took him on really well, scored quite a lot of runs, through boundaries in his bowling. He ended up coming back, bowled a couple of overs towards the end of the innings where he did much better job of limiting run flow and ended up getting a couple of wickets as well. So a really positive start for Rohan. Just one run on the wicket in that first over, especially to get a wicket in your first ball in an innings. Obviously, makes you feel really comfortable as a bowler. You start backing yourself more as well, don't you, Kritesh?
Definitely getting wicket in the first ball of the over would boost his confidence very well. He'll be coming back with even more confidence, trying to take more wickets against Christian. This is what they need, putting the pressure on Christian early on in the innings. Having faced four balls and he was able to score only one run, he's gone into a complete defensive mode, I would say, against Taxisi's bowling. Uh, Dilip, I'm not quite sure why they would bring Dilip. He's a wicket keeper and right-handed batter. He doesn't have a great experience. He has played only 31 matches. That's a great shot from Dilip. There we go. That's a four. As I was talking about his experience, how he was lacking, he clearly shows that he is capable of doing it coming early on. He has played only 31 games so for Gokul. His highest score being 60 runs. He's averaging only about 13 runs. So I was not expecting such a great performance from him. So maybe the captain knows why to bring Dilip early on.
Yeah,
Maybe they're
Alan
trying to keep
says
Narayanan for later on.
definitely, but Alan says Rohan is too good in this level. Do you agree, Kritesh, or do you think it's more, that the conditions obviously just favoring the left arm spin?
Definitely conditions on the pitch. I don't think even the conditions. We have seen left armers dominating all over cricket. It's very crucial if you have a left arm spinner in your team. I would
Yeah.
say it's going to be very dominating. Since most of the batsmen are right-handed, or that's a poor shot from Dilip. Or if it was a direct hit, it would have been a wicket. We have seen a lot of direct hits as well in this tournament. So we
Yeah,
might be expecting few more if they do even more risky runs, I would say. It is
definitely.
definitely putting the wickets on line.
Definitely. I think the ground fielding so far in the competition has been, really nice. But what they have struggled with within a few teams, basically, the ability to take catches. I think we've seen a few times now that they, dropped quite a lot of sitters as well in this league. So I think that's something that they want to, improve on.
Definitely. I think so far in this tournament, getting a catch has been almost a 50-50 chance. So that is what, if you're a fielder, you need to be working on. Don't miss a lot of catches. We have seen losing a catch, dropping a catch has costed us so much.
Yeah,
I think even with Kader Wali's wicket, he was dropped early on when he was at, I think, 20 runs
yeah,
somewhere, and he ended up scoring 85 runs of just 35 balls. So this is what will cost you if you drop catches early on. Not just early on, even towards the end, you can be definitely defending about 20, 30 runs easily. But if you drop that catch, it's going to be difficult for you when you do the chase. So
yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that as well, Pritesh, because obviously catches win you matches and you got to make sure that every opportunity you get, especially against the dangerous batsmen like Krishnan or Kader Wali, if you get a half chance, you have to take it. That could be the difference between you winning the game and not winning the game, basically. So I think it's obviously very important from their perspective now that they try to make sure that if they get any opportunities, they take absolute utilization of that opportunity and get a wicket as early as possible. Again, things not really going in their favor so far. They played really well in the end to get to that 189 mark in their previous game. after having to go and chase a massive score of 335 runs. So obviously, there
I
is a lot
think
of batting
they would have
capabilities.
they would have definitely learned from the mistake in the previous game. I would say Gokul, having conceding about 335 runs, that is clearly very poor performance from the bowling. I would say
Yeah.
definitely after that game they would have had a chat about it. They would have changed their tactics and all. Maybe coming into this game, I think they are looking confident, but today the batting is a bit poor when compared to bowling. I'm not quite sure how the bowling is going to be in the second innings, but as far as we have seen so far, the batting seem to be struggling.
And then we have Rohan coming back into his attack. Kritesh, do you think he's going to be able to, show us his class again, get another wicket possibly?
Definitely, there's a good chance, high chance for wicket. Taking wicket and just giving out one run in the previous over is going to be very well boosting his confidence, and he's clearly dominating with the first ball as well. I think Dilip is the one struggling, even though he scored 6 runs. He doesn't have the experience of what Krishnan has. Krishna, even though he has played only 60 games so far, he's averaging about 24 runs, and the one or two which he scored in the previous game is his career best. So let's see if he's able to break his personal record again
We saw it
today.
yesterday, didn't we? Kritesh Bassett coming and playing an incredible innings towards the end of that innings.
Yeah,
Obviously for him as a personal achievement as well, breaking his personal best in the Falcons Championship in Kuwait.
yeah.
Massive confidence boost. So again, even if you're not able to win the game, probably very important from a personal perspective. Obviously, I don't think anybody here wants to play for personal milestones. But if you were in that position, you obviously always want to make sure that you put yourself in a very favorable position within the team for any of the future games as well. So 16 for 1. So I think it's going to be a single this ball. I think my stream is just quite a bit behind. Yeah, it's just going to
Yeah,
be a
just a
single.
single. Yeah,
So
just a single of this ball. Like clearly, Chandrasekhar mentioned, Rohan Vijayawardena is definitely very dominating bowler. I think if you're batting, and as we spoke about the ground conditions in this tournament, you need to be aiming somewhere about 60 plus runs in the power play in order to put up a great total.
yeah,
The way they are going, it seems the 60 seems very out of their reach, I would say. Scoring only 17 runs so far. It's almost end of fourth over. This is not what we expect. You need to be going after the bowlers in the power play. You
yeah.
need to
I'd be
prove
surprised if
that
they
you're
got
capable.
anything more than run a ball on the power play now. If I'm being honest with you, Kritesh, not the
Yeah.
most ideal start. Obviously, 4 overs will be
Uh,
completed after this ball. It's just going to be a single. So 18 of 4 overs with the loss of a crucial opening wicket. So I don't think it's a great position for them. I think it's something that they're going to have to look at, and then think how do we restructure this innings? Is there a possibility of some more acceleration in these last 2 overs in the power play? Dilip and Krishan, maybe want to assign each of the roles. Maybe one of them probably has to take intent on their own and be a little bit more
From the
aggressive.
looks of it, it seems like Gokul, both of them show intent, just that they're unable to time the shots very well.
Yeah.
It has to do with the dominating bowling from Stack CC, I would say. Uh, the bowlers have been very much dominating, controlling over them. The pressure being built up so far is what making their intent not work out very well for the batters.
Yeah,
Definitely,
definitely.
it's Christian on more pressure, I would say. It's having faced 9 balls, only scoring 4 runs.
So Ajaz Wani asks, please tell me which team is stronger. So if you look at the stats and if you look at the performances within those few games that have already been played in the competition so far, I think definitely Stack CC is the favorites in this match. They have a really solid bowling lineup. We did speak about Rohan Vijayawardena as well. AP11 was the game that they played against in the previous game, that is Stack CC. Unfortunately, they weren't able to win that game. But between these two, between the Pitch Panthers and Stack CC, I think we both would almost unanimously agree that Stack CC are the better team. They have a really good set of batsmen as well. They can rely upon to chase the score down. So just to answer your question there, just I think Stack CC is definitely the clear favourites to win this match today. I think the match predictions as well, as you guys can see it on the screen, agrees with us on that sense, where it's 91% already for Stack CC to win this game. Obviously, only giving away 18 runs in 25 balls in the beginning of the innings obviously is a massive bonus. Chandrasekhar says, "Tell me your favorite player in this league." I think there are a few players, obviously, that really stand out. Um, Rivaj a couple of days ago did really well, scored an incredible 100. Krishnan also has a lot of depth in his game. But if somebody was to ask me who is my favorite player so far, I think it has to be Rijal. The level of commitment he showed, in the field, with the bat to, almost play an anchoring role, and then get his team to a respectable total, and then to come back and then bowl, 4 quality overs of left arm spin. I think it definitely has to be Rijal. The course is here we go again. So I think it's to do with Harish Chan, who's bowled a couple of
Bowling
decent balls.
really well, yeah.
But the second ball a bit too wide, ends up giving away the extra. But overall, I think you'd be happy as a Stack CC captain, don't you think, Kritesh?
Definitely, the way they have been dominating so far in this power play, I would definitely, that is high up in the air. Do you think they might be able to catch this?
It is a difficult
Do you
catch, but I
think?
think there's a field
That's a
angle, by the
wicket.
way.
That's a wicket. Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
it's
That's a
a
wicket. This is what happens when the pressure is being built up. Clearly showed that the core came in and said, "Here we go again," supporting the bowler, and he gets the wicket. Harish Chan. To answer Chandrasekhar's tell me your favorite player in this league, I would go with Ashfaq Gokul. We were not clearly, we're not clearly sure if he was the one bowling yesterday, because on the stream we
Yeah,
saw it was Firur Rahman, whereas on the jersey we saw it was Ashfaq.
yeah.
But if it was Ashfaq was bowling, he was the one who took 3 wickets, and he
And don't
clearly
forget his
dominated
100
with the
as well,
bat.
Kritesh, with the bat.
Yeah, he
So,
got 141 yesterday, I think.
yeah.
So very dominating performance from him. So I would say my personal favorite is Ashfaq along with Kader Wali, who comes in early on in the innings and who smashes so much in the power play.
So I think it's a massive Stack CC fan in the
Yeah,
chat there, Kritesh. Ali Raza's really
definitely.
happy with Stack CC. He's showing his excitement for this game, showing his support for Stack CC in the chat. I think he wants everybody to essentially back Stack CC there. Again, I think that's the smart prediction if you think about it so far. 19 for 2, 14.3 overs. I think it's going to be a one-way traffic almost immediately from the beginning of this innings. Singh maybe might come and change the game for his team, but I think it's going to be very difficult. Harish Charan very accurate with his bowling so far, and Singh gets off the mark in his first ball as well.
I think if it is going to be Harish Sharan and Rohan bowling back to back, it is going to be very difficult for the batters to get going. I would say, obviously, Krishnan has faced 9 balls, only scoring 4 runs. Not a positive start so far for him. So we need to be bringing more spinners back to back, and the way they're dominating.
Yeah.
We can see this is what pressure does Gokul. Krishnan is trying to swing the bats. Initially, he had good connection with the ball and he was timing it very well. Whereas after missing few shots, now we can see he is very desperate to score runs. This is what will definitely cost his wicket if he misses one of it, I
Yeah.
would say.
Again, Chandrasekhar says that Sankar Vartapan is his favorite player, and he's talking about how the Panther he doesn't play for the Panthers anymore, and obviously they're struggling. I think we've seen that quite a lot, right, Kritesh?
Yeah,
Some teams almost single-handedly depending on one or two players to help them win games, time and time again. And if the players are not available for the game because of injury or them just not being able to play the game, or if they get out or leak a few runs, it's almost like the rest of the team just collapses, and they're almost like too much. They have too much dependency on those couple of players. I think that's where a team like
definitely.
Stat CC is very unique because they have match winners with the bat and the ball, across their 11. So they won't be as dependent on one or two players as some of these other teams are. Again, just to let you guys know as well, 5 overs, 21 for 2. Krishnan 5 of 11, struggling quite a bit, and Singh just one of his,
What do you
1
think
as well.
will be the score end of power play, Gokul? Do you think they might be able to cross at least 30 runs? I don't think it is
No, I
possible
think at most they're
with.
getting 7 or 8 runs. Madhushan is a really good bowler as well. He
Yeah,
did struggle
definitely,
with the bat
Madhushan.
in the previous game. We did see he tried a lot to get going, but
Definitely, I remember
unfortunately,
Madhushan's innings from the previous game, Gokul. He was very struggling, very much struggling early on, but he managed to score almost 40 runs, I think, if I'm not wrong.
but I think
But it
that
was
40
very
run score was a bit
slow
flattering
innings.
for him, especially with the
Yeah.
way he played. Really good start. He almost enticed Krishnan to go after him, but the turn, bamboozling him completely. So I guess if you guys are backing anybody right now, it's genuinely just one-way traffic for Stack CC. I think they're gonna at this rate they're gonna struggle at getting even 125 from here. I think Krishnan connects that. But then it's just straight to the field. It's just going to be a single.
They've still got almost two or three decent middle orders, I would say, with Narayanan coming in. But Singh, he doesn't have a great experience. He has played only 5 games so far in his career, but he has scored a highest total of 77 runs, averaging
Yeah.
about 50 runs. But the quite interesting fact about Singh is that he's striking at 176 rate, so we might be seeing very aggressive playing from Singh.
Again, just to let you guys know as well, this game is live on cricketlaunch.tv, so you can watch the actual live stream. It is the fastest stream in the world for this competition, so feel free to click on the link that I put in the chat. It's also the pinned comment in the chat box as well, and you'll be able to watch this live stream for free. Obviously, no ads, HD stream, and it's the fastest source for the live stream in the world. So please, click on the link. Let us know your opinions about the game and how it's going so far. We'd be very interested in getting to know your opinions about these players as well. Uh, there you go, Kritesh. I think we've answered all. They've almost answered our question. Just 2 runs of the first 4 balls of this Madhushan over. Last over of the power play. You probably almost want to pray that they get going at least now, because if not, it could be basically humiliating for them now if they're not able to at least get to that 120 mark, don't you think?
Definitely, they need to struggle. He has kept it perfectly in line. Uh, I think batsman is appealing for wide, but umpire is not convinced. I think it is pitching in line, Gokul. What do you think with the previous ball?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's got his line and length spot on, to be fair, throughout the
That's a good
six
turn
balls.
from Madhushan.
Uh,
We have not seen so much turn in the first inning so far, but
yeah,
Madhushan, he shows his ability to turn the ball early on in the innings,
I
even
think
though
that's
the
the
pitch is
difference,
not
though,
really.
isn't it, Kritesh, between
Yeah,
the afternoon games and the evening games? Because obviously, the afternoon games are a little bit more useful to have quick pacer in your team, whereas as it becomes a little darker in Kuwait, it almost looks more inviting to have a couple of additional spinners. If you can bowl 12 overs of quality spin, you're probably going to win the match. I think that's when it's so useful to have Madhushan and Roham who can come and give you 8 overs of consistent quality spin, and also have somebody like Harish Chan who's gonna give you consistent line and length with his medium pace.
definitely. Well, let's talk about Harish Shan's performing in bowling so far. Very well experienced bowler, I would say. He has played 208 games. Economy is around 8. He has taken about 174 wickets after playing 208 games. So that clearly shows that he's able to take wicket at least once in a game. So we
Yeah.
might be expecting a wicket. He has taken one already. I think the way he has been bowling, because that's a great bowling from Harish, and he might be in to take another wicket, I would say.
Yeah.
We have seen so far in this particular tournament is that when the batsmen have great intent and scoring ability in the power play, they continue with the same intent coming out of the power play as well. Whereas today, they were clearly struggling even in the power play. So I don't think coming out of power play, the batting style might change. It is going to be the same with them struggling. I think they might take even more time to get settled. Krishan, even though playing 15 balls, he's struggling so much. I'm not quite sure what is wrong with him. He's trying all the way possible, but the way the spin has been so far, a great turn for the spinners. It has been very difficult for Krishnan to judge the ball, I would think. That is what making him difficult to score runs.
I think obviously Christian's just trying to get going, but it's just not, he's not able to find this timing quite yet. Obviously, that's going to be a wide ball. The keeper trying to be a bit cheeky there, ends up missing the stumps, almost lucky not to give away an extra run as well. But I think the problem has been he's tried too much. He's got a pretty big back lift. He's trying almost extra hard to connect with the ball, and I feel like that's just going to make it even harder for you to get going in your innings. And I think he just needs to take a little bit more time, try to rotate strike as well. Make sure that he's not giving away any additional dot balls than what he needs to. Obviously, if it's a good ball, you play it with respect. But if it's something that you can't really hit a boundary off of, at least try to get ones or twos. You don't need to hit every ball for a six. What you can't afford though is just basically eating balls in this early period in a game.
Oh, there might be a run out chance. I think wicketkeeper has timed the thing very well. Let's see if he's made it in time.
Yeah, like you
I
said,
think they might be
wicketkeeper
going
has
upstairs for it.
managed to flick the ball onto the stumps very quickly there. So there is an appeal. There's going to be a third umpire referral, guys. If this is a wicket, it is going to be a massive loss. He
Good thing he
just
placed the
looks like
bat early on.
he's
Yeah,
just looked like he's grounded his bat in time. So it won't be another wicket loss, but good effort in the field and really good keeping as well. Just waiting for that confirmation. There we go. It's green, so obviously not a wicket. Harish Chand's got 4 balls left, sorry, 2 balls left in the over, and he's going to hope in trying to get maybe another wicket as well. Singh 3 or 5. Do you think he's going to go after Harish Chand, or do you think he's just going to be another economical
I
over for
think
Harish Chand?
we might be definitely expecting a very aggressive playing style from Singh. The way he has been striking so far, there we go. He's going for it. The bowling from Harishan has kept it low for him, unable to get the outcome what he was expecting. The way he made the step out, and we saw he was definitely aiming for a bigger shot. The way Harishan judged the step and bowled it very well to Krishnan, sorry, Singh. It was a very unfavorable outcome for Singh, I would say. He's. I think Krishnan needs to get off the strike and give it to Singh more.
Yeah,
He is looking very positive. The role for Krishnan now is to be just rotating strikes and giving strike to Singh, I would say.
yeah. Again, there as well, if you could see, he had a massive back lift. It almost looked like he's gonna, try to hit the ball, as far back as he can. But then last minute ended up realizing that he's probably not going to be able to connect anyway. So ends up, leaving the ball. I think it's almost important for him to not do something like that. It almost puts Singh as well in that, mindset where, he's going to be afraid of taking the bowlers on. If he's, he's looking at his non-striker who's struggling to, make any form of connection. So I think the smart thing for them to do now is basically just, play with a little bit of common sense. I think that's the
Definitely, I
best thing to
agree to
do.
that. Goal. The way that because it's high up in the air, I think there might be the bowler couldn't come back in time to catch the wicket of Singh, I would say, of Krishan, it
Yeah.
does.
So
If they've taken the wicket
another
of
life
Krishan,
for
that'll be a
Krishnan
great
there.
breakthrough. Yeah, another life for Krishan. They should have taken his wicket, Gokul. It clearly shows that Krishan's wicket is in line. The way he's playing, he's struggling.
Hmm.
So, that, how much more runs do you think Krishan will be able to score, or how much more runs do you
I
think
think he's just.
Pitch
I
Panthers
think
would score before
Krishna's
they get
just
a
looked
wicket?
really poor so far. I'm surprised that he hasn't actually ended up giving his wicket away. Obviously, there was a couple of opportunities for him to do that. I think he's in for maybe another 12 runs, Kritish. I don't think he's going to be able to clear anything more than that. He struggled quite a lot. Obviously, Singh hasn't really looked that great either. But I think his stats are decent enough for me to back him a little bit more. Obviously, he's only faced the 7 balls. I think he's in for another 20 runs. So I think between the two of them, maybe another 30, 32 runs is what I'm expecting. That they'll be able to put on. Again, Madhushan coming back in probably makes it a little bit more difficult with that spin. Obviously,
It's a
bringing that ball
great,
back into
that's a
Singh.
great turn from Madhushan again, Gokul.
Yeah,
You see,
I think that's
the
the
way,
benefit of always having wrist spinners in your team. They can generate turn even when there's not a lot of turn in the wicket as well. So obviously, really smart team selection from the Stack CC management today, and quite a lot of emphasis placed on reducing the amount of runs they give away in the power play. I think that's where they ended up making themselves look like fools in the previous game that they played. So really good comeback. A little bit
uh,
fuller from Madhushan, and Krishan
I think
looks like he
definitely it
might
might
be getting.
take a little bit pressure off Christian. Like how bowlers have been dominating so far. Verstappen has been dominating Qatar Grand Prix. Gokul, he has come in going into the final lap. He is leading the race with 10 seconds ahead of PS3. Landon Norris, who is the champion, he's gone back to fourth place.
So I think Krishnan almost wants to be a Verstappen, starting
Verstappen, yeah.
slow and finishing, quickly. So I think let's have a look to see if Krishnan's able to, keep up with Verstappen. Again, in the Middle East, obviously that's Qatar. This is in Kuwait. So
Right.
let's just have a look to see if a comeback is on for either of them. Obviously, Madhushan back into the attack. Went for a four. It's another really good ball. Krishnan trying to make room for himself. Ends up lucky not getting bowled. So even with that boundary, only 12 of 20, Kritesh, almost at 60 as a strike rate. Very poor if you're expecting something like that from a opening batsman in a T20 game, don't you think?
Definitely, this is not what you should be expecting from an opening batter. If you know that you have faced 20 balls, you're struggling to score runs. I think you need to risk your wicket, go for bigger shots.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter even if you lose the wicket, you can give chance to the other middle order batters who might be having a great day today if they come in. I think definitely Krishnan has not had his best day so far.
Yeah. I think we've seen that as
Yeah.
well. He's tried that shot quite a lot of times. Finally ends up getting some connection on it, but not, convincing enough for him to be looking at that and thinking, what, he's, capable of scoring big all of a sudden. But I think he's just going to have to take his time and
The-
show, patience
uh,
in this innings just to at least help his team get to like a 140 mark. I think there might be.
I think even getting a 140 mark is not what you should be expecting, Gokul. You can see the projected score on the TV says just 88 runs if they continue to play this way. That is not what you should be expecting. On the run prediction, it says 120. I don't think I'll agree to it. It's definitely even less than that. There's a new bowler coming in, Anthony, to attack.
Again,
Uh,
one thing you need to remember, Kritesh, most of the teams don't really have five, designated quality bowlers. There is also the likelihood of a couple of overs being bowled by somebody who's there just to fill the numbers. And what ends up happening is obviously they end up leaking a lot of runs. Batsmen get more confident, and all of a sudden there's 20, 30 runs that's quickly
I
got
think
up.
at this point, when your bowlers are clearly dominating, you should be bringing your best bowlers early on so that you can take wickets quickly.
Yeah.
But bringing Anthony, who is more like a part-time bowler, he has played 98 games, but his economy is more than 10. So it clearly shows that he might be able to leak some runs if he doesn't keep it very well. There we go. First ball, it is definitely a loose ball. It finds its way to the boundary. Four. I'm not quite sure why they don't have a deep square if he's bowling towards the leg side. This is what we have been talking so far in the tournament, Gokul.
Yeah.
They should be having a deep square. If you miss to have a deep square, it's going to cost you a lot
I
because
think the
most
problem
of the
there, though,
batters.
Pritesh, is the captain set the field expecting the bowler to keep the ball on the fourth and fifth stump line outside of stump. But the bowler, obviously, if they're not good enough, if they're not able to get to that line and length as requested by the captain, they're obviously going to get caught out and it's going to go for boundaries. So
After a
another
four, there we go.
six.
That's another six from Christian. This
Yeah.
is not what you should be expecting. You should bring in your best bowlers, keep the pressure which has been building on so far,
I think this is
and
going to
try
be
taking the
dangerous now,
wickets.
though, Kritesh, don't you think? Because obviously Krishna is struggling quite a lot so far, and he's almost been given 10 runs for free. We initially thought he's going to struggle to get to that 30 mark, and it now looks like he's going to get to 30 pretty convincingly. And if you look at his stats, he has played really well in his previous game. The last thing you want is to give somebody who scored 100 in their previous game some confidence with poor bowling. And there's another wayward short ball outside off stump, but lucky
Couldn't
not to
even
end
time
up,
it well.
getting
I
into
think
that
it's
boundary.
because of the Anthony's slower ball, which made him unable to judge the timing for the bowling. I would say, if he had bowled at the same length and speed from about with the previous ball, that would have gone all the way to six. I think
Yeah,
so.
definitely. I think there's again a lot of again some poor
That's another
ball,
wide.
wide ball. So still 3 balls left in the over. 11 runs off it already. This has been a
Uh,
massive over
if
for
you
them.
are Stack CC captain Gokul, who do you think will be bowling in the next over? Who do you want to bowl
I
in the
think
next
especially
over?
after this over now, I want
Mhm.
Rohan to come back in. You know
Yeah.
how much of a quality bowler Rohan Vijayavardhana is. You probably want him to come in and bowl a little bit more straight. Try to make sure that he doesn't give away a lot of runs. Hopefully one of these batsmen go after him. So almost a collision there. Krishnan running almost into Singh does well to get out of the way. So he learned maybe some of his swerving, techniques as well from Verstappen, getting out of the way very quickly, good reflexes. But again, like I said, you almost want somebody like Rohan to come in and choke the runs. Because the last thing you want is a couple of runs a couple of overs to go for a lot of runs, and then all of a sudden you're losing control over the game. Again, stats you see 86% more likely to win the game than pitch Panthers, who are at 14% likelihood. That innings prediction has gone quite a long way up since that over break in the previous over where you were talking about 125 maybe being a bit too optimistic. I think it's almost gone all the way up to 135 thanks to
After
the wayward bowling.
two great boundaries from Christian, he has struggled again so far in this over. He wants to swing. He was unable to make the connection. I think the pressure which was released early on in this over by scoring a 4 and 6 has been built up again after missing three more balls in this over. Clearly, the way he's swinging, he's unable to time it properly. And this is what you should be looking at if you're a stack CC bowler. You need to bring in your best bowlers again. Akhilan, he has given only 13 runs. Maybe you can bring him. He has got two more
Yeah,
overs.
but
Rohan has got only
I think it
two
is
more
Rohan
overs.
Pritesh. So I think the captain's watching the live stream as well today with us because he's brought Rohan Vijayawardena back into the attack by the looks of it. And I guess that might be something that you need to keep an eye on. Obviously, if you're somebody who's expecting a wicket, Rohan Vijayawardena, the top wicket taker of this team so far in this competition. This partnership's at a standstill, section 29 of 27. They haven't really gotten going yet. Singh 6 of 8 and Christian 25 of 28 probably wants to unchain themselves, try to get a few runs as quickly as possible. So left arm
I
spin
think
back into the attack.
the way Rohan has been dominating, it's because of his intimidating run, which he does.
Yeah.
Very similar to Neymar making us run to take a
Yeah.
penalty, I would say.
Almost
That is what.
distracting the batsman. You as a batsman, you want to have consistency, rhythm that helps you almost take advantage of the conditions in the bowler. But Rohan with a couple of stutters every few balls that he bowls, so you're not quite sure when he's going to actually end up delivering the ball. You're almost thinking a bit too much at that point. Then you got another 3 or 4 steps backwards, and then he bowls really full.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
it's a great
not
turn.
enough turn on the ball to hit the stumps. It was an arm ball. Krishnan didn't expect it. He was expecting a little bit more flight. Tries to swing his bat, ends up missing it completely. So it's going to be another, dot ball for Rohan. I think between the two of these batsmen, he's definitely winning the mind game. He's only going for 6 runs in the 16 balls he's bowled so far. A lot of movement from both the batsman and the bowler outside off stump. Krishnan tried to take him over, covers, but ends up getting an inside edge. It's going to be a dot ball. I don't think he was able to get back up in time, so it is going to be another dot ball. The score predictor coming down again to 109 on the board, and obviously our score predictor works a little bit differently. We calculate based on what predictions people come up with. That's at 132 as we stand. Outside off stump again, he's just happy to take a single. How often do you see this? Krishnan almost unable to read a bowler at all. He's tried
But
three
this is
balls
what
and missed it
Gokul, we can clearly see that Christian is unable to judge the bowling from the spinners. So if I'm Saktisi captain, I would want to bring Rohan and Madhushan back to back for their next 4 overs.
Yeah.
They've got two overs each. Obviously, Rohan has got only one more over left, whereas Madhushan has got 2 more overs left. So
Yeah.
if they dominate next 3 overs, there's a good chance you might be expecting
Big
another
shot
2-3
attempted by
wickets.
Singh there. It's almost like a much required boundary. It was quite short, and obviously with him being a left-hander, makes it slightly easier for him to take on the left arm orthodox spin bowling of Rohan Vijayawardena. He ends up, massive shot, ends up pulling him over the deep square leg region for a 6. Again, we have a 6 in the second last ball of the over. Let's have a look to see if Rohan can come back.
Rohan, yeah, definitely. If Rohan can come back and maybe dominate again. There we go. The last ball for Rohan in this particular over. It's a good bowling, whereas he shouldn't have bowled that way towards the left hammer. It's very easy for him to hit to the deep backward point,
Yeah.
I would say.
So pretty solid bowling till that fifth ball, obviously. To bowl on the leg side to a left-hander as a left-arm spin bowler, not great. I think there was almost like a trap element there because they had that fine leg fielder up close in the
Uh,
30th circle,
it,
almost
it, it would have been
expecting it.
a trap, Gokul, if they had a third man or the deep back point. If they had a fielder there, it could have been a wicket. It would have been definitely favorable for Rohan. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, they didn't have any fielders there, causing them 4 runs. So end of 10 overs, pitch Panthers are 60 runs for 2 wickets. Krishnan scoring 26 runs
yeah.
of 31 balls, whereas Singh scoring 17 runs of 11 balls faced. Obviously, Singh is the one looking a bit confident, and so we have better for life coming in. This over, less than 6 runs, confirmed news. Definitely, it is going to be less than 6 runs if spinner is bowling, I would say. It is Sharfran. Uh, I'm not quite sure why they would bring a new bowler when we can see Rohan and
Yeah.
Madhushan clearly dominating so far. As we were speaking before that, the more turn ball has, and if you're capable of turning the ball so much, it is going to be very difficult for Krishnan to judge the bowling. Let's see if Harishan, there we go.
It's appealed and umpire is given,
That's
and
a
Krishnan
wicket.
doesn't
That's
look
a
happy
wicket.
with the decision though, Kritesh. But I think there was an inside edge, a small tickle, and a really good take from the keeper. He did juggle it a bit, but it ended up sticking in the webbing of his gloves. So almost as you were questioning the captain's choice there, Kritesh. First ball of the over, first ball of the innings for Shafran, and he's Safran, and he's ended up getting a wicket. So maybe smart bowling change there.
Definitely, cricket better for news has come from news. We can clearly see we can also confirm that they'll be unable to score more than 6 runs after the wicket of Krishnan early on in this over. We were talking about this, Gokul, that if you bring spinner who has got a great turn on the bowling, you're going to dominate Krishnan, and Krishnan is the one who has been finding it very difficult judging spinners so far. They have brought in a youngster. Can you see Gokul?
Yeah,
He's
Chris
so
is there.
tiny. Do you think he might be able to
Again, we've seen a lot
score
of
runs?
positive, cricket being played by under 18 players in the league, and obviously we've talked about how good it is to have emerging players come through and play a lot of domestic cricket in Kuwait. Chandrasekhar says yes, stack good team. And on asked, can they bat well in the second innings? And I think the answer is obviously they do have the better batting lineup as well. So I think it's going to be very easy for them to chase this target down, especially if the pitch Panthers don't end up getting somewhere at least around 150. A lot of intent from Neve. He steps down the track, ends up defending the
That's
ball.
a positive batting from Neve Gokul. I did not expect him to be so great.
Yeah, Neve Patel
So,
says cricket
mm.
better for life. Yeah, no, and again, just to get back on that, they have a very solid batting lineup, and they scored quite a lot of runs as well in the competition so far. So anything under 150, I think is going to be an easy chase for them. I don't see them struggling at all, and I think Chandrasekhar agrees with us as well. He's a stack good team. So I think it's very obvious. I think overall that it's been one-way traffic. One player, Akalanka, enough. Yeah, I think Akalanka. We did speak about it, in that previous game when they played AP11. He probably wasn't as happy with his performance as he could have been. He didn't live up to the quality of a player he is. But I'm sure he's going to try to do better today and make up for the almost missed opportunity against AP11. Akalanka Dilshan only scored 10 runs in the 13 balls that he faced in that game. But again, Madhushan 40 in that game. Shafran Mohammed is capable of scoring well. Vendar Boteju, had a really poor game in that game, obviously against AP11. So I think,
Cricket Better for Life says Singh seems good back. Definitely, we were talking about him striking at 170 in his career stats so far. So we might be definitely expecting a great
yeah,
shots from Singh. I would say Better for Life. We have seen one earlier in the previous over. He's gone for a very huge six.
yeah.
So let's see if he can do it again this over.
Almost no front foot movement though there, Kritesh. It almost reminds me of Shivam Dubey. He just wants to stand and hit as hard as he can. So just the one run of the over and a wicket. So Safran's bowled really well, probably made his captain really happy. And just to get back to that batting power of Stack CC, Vendar Boteju, he opened the innings in the previous game. He's played 290 games in Kuwait, Kritesh. Imagine the amount of experience he has. Obviously, his highest ever score in the country in T20s being 152 runs. He's got 11 hundreds and 47 50s. And he hits quite a lot of sixes as well, guys.
Mhm.
631 sixes in his career compared to the 782 fours. So he's a massive six hitter, and if he just gets going, there's no stopping him. So I think there's a lot of great players in that Stacks EC team. Again, Chandrasekhar obviously mentioned Akalanka as well, another quality batsman. I think it's going to be easy work for them unless there is a significant target on the board for pitch Panthers. If you look at Akalanka stats as well, it's a drop catch, as I was saying, Indica S, ending up getting a faint outside edge, but
Ooh.
keeper ends up dropping it. Really
He,
unfortunate for Indica. He could
uh,
have had another
so
wicket
far,
in the first ball of the
until
over.
now, keeper has been really performing very well, Gokul. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure what happened with this delivery.
I think it was just a
Uh,
lapse
I
of
think,
judgment. He wasn't expecting
yeah.
that faint edge. Neve obviously lucky to face another ball. Getting back into Kalanka stats, 145 innings. His highest score is 74 runs, but he's the kind of batsman who's there for a good time, not a long time. Zero hundreds, but 13 fifties, and he's hit 161 sixes versus 176 fours. So again, quite a lot of big six hitters in that Stack CC batting lineup, don't you think, Ritesh?
Yeah, definitely. Staxis have got a very better batting lineup. I would say there is not anybody like Christian who had scored 102 in this particular tournament. But all the top orders and middle orders in Staxis look very positive and dominant so far. They have been scoring about 30, 40 runs, each one of them, I would say. So clearly the middle order is
Yeah.
very great. The batting lineup they've got is uh, comparatively great, I would say, to pitch
What
Panthers.
potential outcome do you think is possible for wickets? Because I think the way the game's going now at this moment in time, I think anything is possible. Obviously, Cod's going to be the most likely, but I think run
I
outs
think
also in the game.
I would say Bold is also in play, Gokul, with the
Yeah,
way the spinners have been turning the ball.
yeah.
We can see that again, the way the ball has been turning.
And considering
And
that Singh's not able to, get his front foot in line with the ball, it's almost, kept that front foot open for every ball, makes it, very likely for Bolt. Again, leg before wicket, probably not as likely, but I think we're definitely, in for a bold wicket, Kritesh.
yeah, definitely. We think we might be expecting a bold or a caught behind, I would say, the way ball has been turning. The way Chandrasekhar has mentioned that Singh has been playing against bad balls from left arm spinners, so it might be very difficult for him against right arm spinners. We can see that he's definitely struggling against right arm spinners
Yeah.
now, the way Indica has been bowling. And if they bring in Madhushan again the next over, it is going to be pretty difficult for Singh.
Yeah, last ball of the over for Indica, and just to let you guys know as well, we have put the link in the chat as well for cricketlaunch.tv. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the cricketlaunch.tv website where you can watch this match live in HD for free. Obviously, we don't have any ads on there either, and just to let you guys know as well, this is the fastest stream in the world for the Kuwaiti Falcons Championship. So if you are
Oh, there we
somebody
go. That's a wicket as
interested,
we were talking about this, Gokul.
yeah.
If you guys had joined the stream, you would have been able to witness a great bowling from Indica. He's clearly dominated. He has given only 1 run, sorry, 2 runs so far with one
Yeah,
extra. So it's going to be 3 runs in this over. Whereas taking a wicket of Neve, who is an youngster. Neve, even though he had a great career stats, being an youngster, he has played 30 games so far, averaging about 26 runs, but it was clearly difficult for him to play against the dominating bowling from the spinners of Stack CC, I would say. Hitting off stump. You guys called the bold in play. Yeah, definitely. This is what we were talking about in the previous over as well. That the way the spinners have been bowling, the most likely outcome for wicket would be bold more than caught. That clearly was visible with the previous wicket. Chandrasekhar says, but tomorrow's match is going to be much interesting as Karanji coming from winning, beating table toppers, MEC and AP11 best team in the league so far.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Please, you guys, click the link and save the link in your browser. Please bookmark it so that there is an exciting game for you guys tomorrow. You can be joining us again for the commentary as well,
Yeah, again, just to
and we
let
can
you
discuss
guys
about the
know as well,
predictions.
obviously we cover all of the games in the Falcons Champions Trophy, and you guys probably don't want to miss tomorrow's game. It's probably the biggest game in the group so far. Like Chandrasekhar said there in chat, it's going to be a massive, massive match. Obviously, one of my and Kritish's, all-time favorites, Kader Wale, will be playing tomorrow for AP11, and when he bats, it's always entertaining. So hopefully he can get going tomorrow as well. Two teams that have
He
the
is
ability.
Mr. 360 for their team, I would say, Gokul. We saw him clearly dominating in every angle possible. You can bowl him offside, Yorker, leg side. He's
Yeah.
going to hit you. He's going to dominate
He's the
you.
sky of that AP11 team, that heartbeat of that
AP11.
batting order. Obviously, they depend quite a lot on him to get off to a great start, and he loves that pressure. He loves taking the bowlers on, early on in the innings. Any info on Srijit asks, cricket better for life?
Any info on Srijit? Uh, Definitely we can bring in you the information about Srijit.
Against Srijit Nair,
Srijit
somebody
Nair.
who's not really lived up to the expectations. He's got his high score is 64. He's got 450s in the competition, but he has played 100 almost 150 games. You expect a little bit more when it comes to just pure numbers from somebody like Srijit Nair. He plays quite a lot because of the inept in the opening, top order or the opening batsman in this team. So he does end up getting a lot of opportunities to bat. Unfortunately, he doesn't, seem like he's been in good form. But at the same time, one game or a few overs is enough to change your form altogether. We saw that with Basit yesterday, beating his personal best. Coming later on in the bottom order, there's a top edge there from Singh. Luckily, ends up just chipping it past that fielder, and these batsmen essentially live to fight another day. We have a few more messages in the chat. Kader Wali also former KR and Panthers player. That's a problem when you
I think
bring.
Chandrasekhar is a great fan of KRM Panthers. He knows all the players from KRM Panthers.
Yeah,
I think he's very sad that all the top
key
performing players
players
have,
have left. Shankar
key
obviously
players have
as well. He
left.
mentioned earlier on had left, and now they've lost Kader Wali as well. Again, Kader Wali probably really happy moving to that AP11 team. It's been a complete success for him so far in that new team. No worries, Cricket Better for Life. More than happy to give you guys as much info as possible. Again, if you guys have any more questions that you want to ask, please do let us know. Obviously, we're more than happy to find the information for you guys if we don't know it ourselves. We have our insight specialist as well today with us, Kritesh, giving us a lot of info on these players. But the Shafran bowling bend his arm a little bit more than usual. I think it's just the way he delivers the ball. I don't think there's any fear of chucking there. But I think it just depends on the angle as well. Everybody immediately thinks about Muralidharan when it comes to that chucking action, but Muralidharan, Saida Ajmal, Sunil Narayan, all of them have a little bit of uniqueness in their action, which makes it
We have
somewhat unusual.
India coming in for a second over. Do you think he might be able to get a wicket of Singh here? Singh has definitely been struggling so far against the spinners. He's trying to swing. Uh, so let's see. The first ball has stayed wide. I think I'm not quite sure why India wants to bowl towards the leg side of Singh. He has been very comfortable scoring on that side. I'm not quite sure if they had placed the third man out there to take his wicket. Maybe the way he's bowling is, I think, might be a trap for Singh. What do you think, Gokul? The India is bowling towards the leg side.
Yeah, I think they're almost
Anand says big shot
preempting
incoming.
shot into that fielder's position in that leg side. Um, Again, towards the leg side, I think it's just come off his thigh there. It says announces either boundary or wicket with Singh. I think it does look like that. Obviously, he's a big unit. He likes taking the bowlers on. He wants to hit those boundaries. But I think it's the same
So
problem
I
with
think
Krishna.
Cricket Better for Life wants to go for prediction game like we used to do in the previous game. With Gogri joining us, he wants to do the prediction. Gokul, can we do it now? What do you
Yeah,
think this?
I think 125 is where I put my mind at this point, Krutesh. They still have a little bit of
125.
batting in this team,
Uh,
and
let's see what they have to say in the comments as well.
I
I
think
think there might
it's
be a run out chance, Gokul.
that is
I think it's a
really
direct hit.
poor running from Srijit. He's had a lot of time to get there, and he's just almost not trying to ground his bat. He's saying that he's safe. Sorry, Singh says that he's safe. Srijit not convinced. We're going to go
I think
upstairs as well,
all
guys.
the fielders and the bowling team are very much convinced. We can see they're celebrating as well. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's gone. Really good
it's
work from the
gone.
keepers. The second time we're seeing, a quick pick up and release from the fielder and the good, presence of mind from the wicket keeper. Um, Again, very unfortunate to have lost another wicket there. Seeing obviously, 20 of 20, he's going to be disappointed that he wasn't able to
I
make
think
more of his own
Anand
score.
knew what was coming earlier, Gokul. He said it's going to be either boundary or wicket.
Yeah,
Clearly, we do not see any boundary. The only outcome we saw was a wicket.
wicket.
Uh, yeah. So this is what we were talking about, how dominant spin has been so far in this tournament.
Chandrasekhar asks
And
why Stack has more Lankan players as this is a Kuwaiti league. So Chandrasekhar, basically all of the players who play within this league are people who live in Kuwait, and obviously Kuwait doesn't have a lot of national players who are Kuwaiti, so it's mostly the diaspora of different countries, people who go there to work or to live, who basically end up playing in most of these competitions. And some teams prefer to have players that they know personally in the year playing 11. It's just probably from like a chemistry point of view within the team that they want to have players
also
from a
that
certain region.
it's almost 25 teams in this
Yeah,
Gold Cup, and I think it's another almost 10 teams in the Silver Cup, and almost
yeah, the
another
premier
10
competition as
plus
well.
teams in the Premier competition. So you can imagine how much players you might need to conduct such huge
Yeah,
tournaments. So you don't just need
it's
Kuwait
almost
players, it's
another
going to be.
suicide run there. Luckily not. It wasn't a direct hit, or else Christian would have been out without facing a ball. Again, another thing that you guys need to remember as well, guys. This game is live on cricketlaunch.tv, so please feel free to click on the link in the chat box, and it'll take you to our website where you can watch this game live with us. And you can give us your own feedbacks as well. Predicted score now from this point is 109 runs, Kritesh. It's a wide ball from Indica. He's struggled with his line a bit in this over. He's given away a couple of extras already. It's just very annoying as a medium pacer when you have to go back to your mark again and re-ball that one. But overall, a really poor batting performance from pitch Panthers so far. 5.23 being the run rate that they're going at this moment. Obviously, nowhere near where you want to be. If you are the team batting first, you want to put a good score on the board for your bowlers to come and be able to defend. Just to let you guys know as well, this is the fastest stream in the world for all of the Falcons Champions Trophy games in Kuwait. There's no stream in the world faster than the one that we have on cricketlaunch.tv for this game between the pitch Panthers and this Stag CC team. Another overthrow means they're going to sneak another run. They might actually end up getting yes, just two.
So with one more ball to go in this over, Gokul, can we go for predictions for the next over? What do you say? Or the runs coming up for the next over?
Sorry, 1 second, Kritesh. Goguri asks who has been the highest scoring batsman for Panthers till now. If you're referring to this match, it was Deepak Krishnan, their opening batsman, who scored a very slow 26 of 32. But honestly, not a lot of batting there. Only two batsmen so far getting into the double figures. Obviously, one of them being Manpreet Singh. But Manpreet Singh obviously ended up getting run out in the previous over as well. Sorry, earlier in this over as well. So not a lot of positive batting performances so far. As they struggle to get to 73 for 5, Kritesh, in their 14 overs. Kristen batting 2 of 2 and Srijit obviously 2 of 6.
Definitely, it was a very clear dominating bowling from the Stack CC bowlers, especially the spinners. I think they're going to be continuing with a lot of spin, with a lot of spin options still left. This is what you need in this particular tournament. They've got enough spinners. I think they've got like 4 or 5 spinners to be dominating the bowling so far. If you have a lot of spinners in your team, you can definitely control the innings under 120, 130, I would say.
Yeah.
That is what we can see
And
now.
Safran's
So
coming
let's go
again.
for
You did question if bringing Safran, in the beginning of his spell was the smart thing to do. He's
yeah.
bowled 2 overs so far, Kritesh, just 4 runs, and he's got a wicket, and there was a run out as well
When
in his over. So
Shafran came on earlier in the previous over, I did not know that he was spinner, Gokul. I thought he might not have a great turn on the ball, but he clearly proved us wrong. He had got great turn to the ball, clearly taking the wicket. Then
yeah,
that's another turn from the bowler. I
he's
think
bowled
that's a
him. I
wicket.
think
Definitely, it's a wicket. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think it's a stamping
Oh, I think
from the
yeah, the
keeper.
bowlers, the keeper started to pick the ball, pick the bails off a bit too early. So I think they're going to check it. I think they're going to go upstairs. We're going to have another third umpire review, but we're just going to have to wait to see if it's going to be given out. Keeper not looking really confident with his efforts there, but we'll have to wait to see the outcome. He did step out quite a long way outside, and it does look like the keeper just ended up missing his chance to take the bail initially. Not the best of connections with the top of the stumps there. I think it might actually be not out because the bails took quite a lot of time to fall off the stumps. Chandrasekhar asks, as these leagues are going well and many players are performing well, why the national team is sticking with their core side by not taking any players from this league. Again, I think that just depends on what the management feels like. Chandrasekhar, obviously, we've seen quite a lot of youngsters coming through this pipeline in this competition. But within these two, competitions in the Falcons Champions Trophy as well, you've got gold and silver. So I think it's more of a division set up there because they understand there's a level of difference when it comes to quality between those two competitions, and obviously there's a premier competition as well. So it's almost like three divisions of cricket within the Kuwaiti leagues, and they're trying to filter the players through that to obviously find out who are the top players. A couple of the national team players obviously playing in the Premier Cup. As we can see, Srijit going for a massive shot. There was a really full ball. He gets a six, so much needed boundary for Srijit and the Pitch Panthers. But just to get back into the conversation about the players from the Kuwaiti national team, I think it just comes down to the fact that the leagues are there to provide more opportunities for younger players to come and show their game.
I
But it's
think
going to be a
with the league has started very recently, it also has to do with the performance from these players. As we know that Christian, who has been the leading scorer for Pitch Panthers, he was unable to perform today. It has to do with the consistent
yeah.
performance from these players also. If they find that there is a player who is able to perform very consistently,
Yeah.
clearly dominating in this particular tournament, I think he might have a great opportunity to
I
be
think there's
representing Kuwait.
another thing that you need to consider is not not many of these players are actually Kuwaiti. So from like a ICC perspective as well, you need to make sure that you have a Kuwaiti citizenship before you can represent the country. It's a really high ball there. Ends up being a drop catch. It was a pretty difficult take, but I think the theatrics on the field was a bit too much. Kind of they made it easier for
I
themselves.
think he could have placed him very well even before making the jump. He had quite enough time to place
Yeah,
himself under the ball,
but I think he
but
misjudged
I
it and
think it
then had
was
to
yeah.
recoup, but it was too far away. Again, I think the nationality also then becomes something that you need to consider. Not a lot of these players, are Kuwaiti, so they'll have to first maybe migrate from their national citizenship to a Kuwaiti citizen. I'm not quite sure what the requirements are. If you want to become eligible to play for Kuwait, but I presume that that's something that we need to keep in mind. We did cover a lot of games previously in ECN where we will talk about this extensively. A lot of teams in Europe through ECN and ECS games would represent their countries or would represent clubs within those countries, but not quite making the eligibility criteria to play for the actual national team because of their citizenship and things like that as well. So I think that's something that we'll have to just wait and see. Again, if you remember, Kritesh, Joe Burns helping Italy qualify for the World Cup. He did previously, represent his national team in ICC events, but he decided he wants to, show his love for Italy, and that's obviously working out as well.
I think Cricket Better for Life thinks he wants and he deserves a Kuwait contract. I'm not quite sure if he wants a contract to be playing in this Premier Trophy or Champions Trophy, or he wants to be representing Kuwait. I think he wants to have Kuwait citizenship. I think so. Gokul, what is it?
I think
And Gogri also agrees to it that Cricket Better for Life deserves a Kuwait contract.
I think that's something that you'll have to speak to the Kuwaiti Cricket Association there.
I think
But
there is no need for us to talk about it. Cricket Better for Life has contacts all over the world in every tournament. He has
that is
so
true.
many confirmed news from the ground as well. Today also we saw that as soon as he came in, he said there was a confirmed news that this over is going to be under 6 runs.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that there was a wicket the next ball. So I
He's a
think
very influential
more
man in the
than
world
more
of
than
cricket, Ganesh.
him getting a contract, I think he'll be the one giving away contracts to the
Yeah,
players.
this is the second Indica brother who plays in this team. Obviously, Indica M. He is bowling. He's got a little bit of a slingy action there, Kritesh. Maybe a Malinga in disguise. And he's been a bit, lucky there not to go for more runs. Maybe the batsman finding it a little harder to pick him with
I don't
that
know why
slingy
they would
action.
change from spinners to pacers again. We can see that still a lot of spinners are available. With Madhushan has got two more overs left, and I
Mm-hmm.
think even
Rohan has
Rohan
one
has got
over.
a
Yeah.
1 over left. Gokul.
I think
I'm
it's
not quite
it's
sure they
maybe
would.
to give
I think
the
it's
rest of
just
the
to give
bowlers
experience
opportunity.
for
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
I think we've seen that a couple of times when the teams have been, in a position where they look comfortable. They've bought in players that don't really get a lot of opportunity otherwise to, bowl or bat, and then give them that, freedom to basically go and play their game. It is obviously useful for, to give them that opportunity, build confidence. You also get to see if, that they are able to, perform under pressure. So I think it's always really nice when
It's good to
younger
see
players
that
get opportunity.
stack CC bowlers are getting opportunities. I don't think it is the bowlers, it is all the fielders getting opportunity. We have seen almost 8 bowlers so far. I think, except for wicketkeeper and one more player, everybody has got a opportunity to bowl in this over. I mean, in this particular match so far, Gokul.
Yeah.
Uh, this is not something you would see
Again, we
in every
have seen
match.
some things that we don't normally get to see as well. We saw hit wicket a couple of days ago. We saw, four sixes being hit in back-to-back overs. Thanks to Rivaj a couple of games ago as well. Please help me, guys. Only you guys can save me from this group. These guys are giving too much of tips from the ground. I think that's something that you need to do on your own. Unfortunately, Better for Life, I don't think we can really help you with that.
Please do share the confirmed news from to us as well, so that we know what is the outcome even before we seeing it through our eyes.
And also Stack CC versus AP11 top teams. Yeah, I think they are probably some of the better players within this group in the Falcons Champions Trophy silver division. But I think you guys are forgetting MEC Study as well. They scored 335 runs. A lot of quality in that batting lineup as well. As we can see, some movement in that infield. I think you might be expecting Highland to keep that ball outside of off stump. I have a feeling there's a wicket coming though, Kritesh.
Oh, that's high up in the air. Do you think it should have been a wicket in this particular ball, Gokul? As you said that you might be expecting a wicket, uh,
It would have
more
been
than
really
four
nice
runs.
for my aura if they did get a wicket in that ball, but I still feel like a wicket's coming. I think the way Ireland is bowling, he's bowling quick, he's bowling straight towards the stumps. I have a cheeky suspicion that Kristen's going to take him on and then end up losing his wicket.
Maybe just as Cricket Better for Life said, we might be expecting more than 4 runs in this over. We can see that they're able to have a great run between the wickets. So I think that is definitely a confirmed news from Cricket Better for Life this over for this over. Let's go for predictions for the next over, Gokul. How much runs do you think we might be expecting next over? We can have that with the chats in the
Yeah.
chat as well. That's very high up in the air. Do you think if you're a fielder there, will you be able to catch it? It's a
Yeah,
great catch.
I think it's an easy catch for me. Kritesh, I've taken higher catches than that. But again, I did call it, didn't I? Earlier in the over, first ball of the over, I did say that a wicket was coming. So another reason, guys, if you are watching this YouTube stream, for you to click on the that subscribe button and be subscribed to us. We do make quite a lot of accurate predictions. If we're not being boastful of ourselves. We did say a wicket in this over. Again, that's come through. Srijit Naik going for 10 of 13. We did say less than 4 runs potentially in this over. Again, 3 balls, just the 3 runs, and a new batsman coming in.
Let's go for the prediction for the next over, Gokul. I think Gogri had given his prediction of 6 runs in the next over. I'm going to be sticking with 5 runs for next over.
Yeah, I was going to say 5 as well, and I think Anon agrees with us as well. You deserve a contract in whichever country you are in if you can take that with your eyes closed. Again, Ajay, I think it's never really a problem when you're taking on high balls. It's very easy to take catches. You just need to make sure that you're settling underneath the ball, making sure you always have your eye on the ball, and it's a straightforward catch. In the end of the day, you're not really diving or running or anything. It's a straightforward regulation catch. I'm dancing with my eyes closed, says Cricket Better for Life. I don't think he's given his prediction though. There has he?
Yeah. His prediction was more than 4 runs in this over, but it is clearly not there so far. That's another miss. So with one more ball left, do you think they might be able to clear the
Live up.
more than 4 runs
No,
of
I
World
actually
Cricket
feel like
Butterfly?
there might be another wicket coming, Kritesh. I don't know if it's this ball or a ball in the next over, but I feel like KS only has one intent, and that's to basically swing for the hills.
I think everybody out there just know to swing Gokul. It's getting windy.
It's
Like we saw yesterday.
nearly
I
a caught
think
behind and
they're
almost a.
convinced, but
No, unfortunately,
umpire is not convinced.
I think it's
Yes.
just missed everything in the end, but it was very close, obviously, to a bold or to get a caught behind. So my prediction almost coming true there as well. Again, massive boost for my ego if that would have been a wicket.
Yeah. Uh, you haven't told about your predictions for this over, Gokul, the upcoming one. I
I
have
did say
set my
five.
prediction
I
as
said
five.
five as well.
It's going to be five. So
Yeah.
you're going to be sticking with my prediction. So
I'm
let
not
me go
sticking with
one
your
run down.
prediction. It is my prediction.
I'm going to go with four then. If you're going to be sticking with five,
You
let's see.
underestimate Kristen Kritesh. I think Kristen's gonna, prove you wrong.
I'm going to go with
We've
four
got
with
we
Indiga bowling
we've
with
got the
that
Kuwaiti
Malinga
Malinga
stance.
exactly.
Yeah.
The M in
Let's
his name stands for
cricket
Malinga.
cricket better for life hasn't given us predictions for this over so far.
I think he's scared of looking like he's got a lot of
After
predictions
losing
wrong.
his prediction for the previous over, I think he doesn't want to do more predictions this over. We
Yeah,
go one run from the first ball from Indiga M. Let's see. Previous over he has given only 4 runs, Google. So my prediction
yeah.
of four might be coming true. We go second ball from Indiga to Quest. Oh, he's getting scared. The bowling action is definitely scaring the batters out there. And Quest Samir
I mean, to be
is
fair,
a
I've been scared
typical.
as well. Nobody wants to face, any bowlers with a slingy action. I'm pretty short, so I don't really mind as much because I don't find it hard to face Yorkers. But Better for Life, let's ask Better for Life their opinion. Do you think you can face a bowler with a slingy action, or do you think you'd struggle?
I think he wouldn't struggle against any bowling
It
action.
says eyes closed, swinging. You guys can guess only here.
He thinks we are only doing a guess, so let's see if our prediction comes true. He needs to agree that we definitely know what we are talking about.
Yeah, this is the second run on the
Because just
over in
another.
that third
So
ball.
if it is going to be 4 runs or 5 runs in this over, then Cricket Better for Life needs to agree with us that we definitely know what we're talking about, and our predictions come true all the time,
Yeah.
not just as confirmed news
I
which
mean,
cannot be
again,
confirmed.
Cricket Better for Life, you need to understand we got the inside specialist here. This is what Kritesh does for a living. He's a professional at what he does. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Obviously, he's played cricket all his life. He's, he watched cricket all his life. He works in cricket and now he's commentating as well. So, Kritesh is definitely a specialist in what he does.
So it is 2 runs, Gokul. They are at 4 runs. I think they might be checking for a run out
But I
there.
think he's,
I
he's
think he was
comfortably in the
clearly
air.
safe. Maybe not. The bat is in the air,
That
Gokul.
is in the air. This is basic work, guys. This is why you always make sure you ground
The
your
bat.
bat when you're
Yeah.
running, for quick runs especially. But just really lazy running in the end. I did think that he made it in the end comfortably. Third time we are seeing the wicket keeper almost flick the ball back onto the stumps, and it looks like it's going to be another wicket, guys. I think calling this village cricket is insulting village itself. I think Kristen essentially not being able to make it back for that second run ends up
Uh,
losing his wicket. So he goes on a runaway ball run out. KS the man there now he's going to struggle to almost get his team to maybe 115.
Cricket Better for Life says Raj will run better. I'm not sure who Raj is. Maybe
I think he's
someone
talking
from his
about.
village.
No, I think he's talking about Rajendra from yesterday. Remember Kritesh, the guy who tried to run three
Yeah.
runs, ended up getting
Yeah,
run
yeah,
out in the end.
definitely,
So I think
definitely.
it's that Raj and nobody else, possibly. Now again, another thing that I want to say is running between the wickets is very important, right? But you
Definitely.
also need to make sure you only make calls when you feel like there's a good opportunity for you to take that run.
So Gogri asked, what was the Kritish prediction for this over? My prediction for this over is
4.
four runs. For
And I
information,
did
so
predict, guys, in the
we had
previous over that another wicket is coming. So if you guys were watching that, you should have definitely backed my prediction there. So back to back predictions coming true for me when I expected the wicket to come. I think that's just what happens when you're a professional and you know what you're talking about. Thick outside edge, good stop within the 30-yard circle. It's another quick run. Uh, it's just going to be the single.
It's just 3 runs of this over
Jijo's
with
a
the
new
ball
batsman
left.
though, Kritesh. Do you think it's smart for a person like Jijo to come and face Indigo's bowling pretty quick, medium pace without a helmet? Again, if you guys are watching, please wear helmets when you bat. There's no need for taking
Against
risks.
Malinga, especially against
Exactly.
Malinga.
A bouncer to Jijo could be problematic. Hopefully,
There we
let's.
go, guys. My prediction of 4 runs have come. So Cricket Better for Life needs to agree that we know what we're talking about. I think they've gone for a two.
Exactly, Kritesh.
Gogo, in
That's
that
what
case,
I'm.
it is your prediction which has come
Exactly,
true.
this is what I'm saying. You might be the inside specialist, Kritesh, but in the end of the day, my predictions obviously end up coming true more than yours. You can stick to your stats, and I'll do the predicting, Kritesh. I think that we've understood over the last couple of overs that I'm the better predictor
So
within the
quickly
two of us.
before they start the next over, let's go for the predictions in this over. What
I'm
is
gonna
your
go for
predictions, Gogo?
3 runs, Kritesh.
3 runs.
Three
I'm gonna
runs.
stick with 4 runs again and a wicket as well.
No, I don't think there's a wicket next over. I think it's just going to be 3 runs. I think Rohan Vijayawardena, the man I was expecting to be coming back into the attack, is back into the attack, and I
So
think it's going to
Gogri says
be
it's going to be 6 runs again. They'll try hard. Cricket Better for Life goes with 7. I'm going to go with 4 runs and a wicket. Do you think
so we've
Gokul is
got
going to be
four, six,
wicket?
seven, eight. I don't think there's a wicket. I think it's going to be just 3 runs. My guy Rohan Vijayawardena, one of my favorite players in this competition, obviously, is bowling. Sorry, back into the attack now. Bowling his final over. The only thing you need to remember is Kritesh.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility for an all
hmm
out? 3 wickets left. Obviously, the 12 balls, sorry,
With
11
two
balls
more
now.
overs.
Yeah,
I would say the percentage for all out chances about 75. The way
I
they've
think
been bowling, 75 to 80.
you're
Yeah.
underestimating Jijo and Kes massively there, Kritesh. You never know, they might come and do, like a massive upset, quick cameos between the two of them. And then all of a sudden, they're not going to lose another wicket. I think
All the matches happening at the same stadium. Yes, go agree. All the matches in this particular tournament, and
it's the
not
Al
just this
Sulabiya
tournament, all
Stadium.
the Falcons tournament, the Gold Division, Silver Division, and even the Premier Division is happening in the same stadium.
Yeah, there's a Sulabiya Stadium
Sulabiya, yeah,
in Kuwait.
Sulabiya
So if
ground.
you want to keep an eye out on weather and stuff like that as well, you can just
It's
go
high
there.
up in the air. My prediction for a wicket is going to come true.
I
Gokul.
think it's
There we
gonna.
go. This is what we've been talking about. This is what I told you. I said it. I called for it. A wicket and just 4 runs in this over. 4 runs is set to come, but I've got the wicket.
Every
I've called
dog
for
has
it.
its day, Kritesh. You got one prediction true after like 500. I think it's been a few days since one of your predictions came true. So there you go. Have fun, enjoy. But you did say four
See,
runs
the
and
chat
a
agrees
wicket.
with me. The
If it's
chat
three
agrees
runs and
with
a
me.
wicket, then I think it's a 50-50 between the two of us. So I
Okay,
think
okay,
we need to
okay.
just
It's
wait and
fine.
see.
We just wait for 3 more balls, for 2 more runs to come. See, the chat agrees with me. Cricket Better for Life says Kritesh knows what he's doing, and
And
Gokri
that's
is
Jijo
surprised.
Jose, the man without the helmet, ends up losing his wicket for just 2 runs. I think he realized there's no point of putting a helmet on when you're only going to be facing 4 balls. Anand says fluke prediction, Kridesh. So I
So let's
think
see if Anand knows what he's talking about. He has predicted 8 runs in this over, so we should be expecting a 6 at least. Let's see.
you never
It's
know.
Kanan coming into attack.
Karan first ball is going to absolutely smoke Rohan Vijayawardena over his head for a 6. Let's have a look. We did see a couple of helicopters so far in the competition, Kridesh. Let's have a look to see if we can get one more helicopter back into this batting innings. It's again very interesting batting performance so far. Not in a good way though. There's a big shot attempted first ball. Not quite sure
I
if that was
think
the
they
helicopter.
don't want to go for a second run there. I think so. They just stay with single.
Yeah,
Kanan is typical tailender Gokul is averaging only about 9 runs. Doesn't have a great experience. Played only 13 games so far.
just to stop you
The
there,
highest he has scored
Pritesh.
is 27 runs.
Uh, Dadali asks, "Kaun jeetega?" And I think it's a very obvious answer, Dadali. I think it's going to be Stack CC who definitely wins this game. Asani se jeetega Stack CC if you ask me. It's a Yorker length ball, it's a top ball. And again, आप pitch Panthers में back करो. I don't think it's the smartest thing to back pitch Panthers from this point. Again, we've seen that this probability of 4% working in team's favor and them actually winning games in this tournament. But
Google,
I
there we
just
go. I think they might be going for another one. Oh my God. Please don't go for the second run so that
I
my
think you've
prediction might
got
come true.
very lucky there, Kritesh. It should have been a wicket ball there. He ends up getting an inside edge, but they run two, and that's another proof of your prediction being a fluke because it is five of the over. So unfortunately, you don't get it correct.
None of us get it.
Sorry, Dadali asks pitch G. If you're backing pitch, I wouldn't argue. You might know something that I don't. The same way, Better for Life usually says
Uh,
that he knows something that we don't know. But again, if I was in your situation and I'm looking at this ground and
so
looking
if
at the
you're brave
conditions,
enough to back pitch, I would say the chances of pitch winning is 1 out of 100.
yeah, I think our predictor has it at 4%. I think that's still being a bit optimistic, just because obviously cricket being a funny game. Rate Upar Aega says, I'm Dadali. I think, yeah, we have seen it having the Kritesh where teams
Yeah.
came from almost an impossible position and ended up winning the game. But I just don't see that happening today. I just don't see, a lot of, it's almost
What
a
do you think will be the total Gokul? It's 102 now. What do you think might be the total? Do you think they
I think
might be
another
able to
five
cross
runs.
110?
Yeah, I think they're just gonna run for everything now. So I think
I
another
think
5 runs.
uh, I think it's going to be 108, 6 runs.
Okay, we'll just have to wait and see. 8 to 10 overs chase hoga. I think yeah, definitely
That's
possible.
a wicket.
Asalanka.
That's a great.
Uh,
He did not catch the ball. He hugged the ball. Gokul, did you see from the fielder?
yeah,
He
it's a
wants to hug
juggling
the ball.
performance there, almost bouncing off his hand, but good recuperation from him. Ends up making sure that Kais gets out for just the 6 runs of the 10 balls he's faced. Better for Life is predicting an 8 to 10 over chase. I think it won't be as easy as that. I think it depends on how bad the bowling lineup is from pitch Panthers. They've only played one game before, so it is a bit hard to judge them. But they did give away 335 runs in that innings.
I think it also has to do with the pitch conditions, Gokul. We have seen so far in this tournament
Yeah.
that if you're bowling in the second innings, the good chance for the ball to be staying low and a
But
lot
again,
of turn
Kritesh,
as
they
well.
have given away 335 runs. Is there any way you can say that the pitch is probably going to be the indicating factor as to how they go about their bowling? Again, it might
Yeah.
have just been a one-off incident with that game. It's a wide ball. I think
But
it's just
still,
clipped his
one-off
pads.
incident cannot be 335 conceding, Gokul. That cannot be an one-off incident if you have a good bowling lineup, at least a decent bowling lineup, I would say.
Yeah. So I think everybody is going to be happy to play this team. So that's something that you guys can remember for any of the future games. Again, got Tanush coming back in. Uh, Hit back to covers. I think it's going to be another run out if there was a direct hit. But
We have
uh,
a comment, Gokul, Gopal Sharma asking back to watch live. Gopal Sharma, we have a pinned comment sharing Cricket Launch TV. We'll direct you to Cricket Launch TV. There we go. It's on the chat. Please feel free to click the link. It will take you to Cricket Launch TV where you can watch the stream for free. No ads in between. It is the fastest stream out there, as Gokul has been mentioning till now. Thank you, Gopal Sharma. It's a pleasure. Please feel free to keep the podcast as well open. Sorry, the watch along as well open for the commentary. We'll be talking more about the game, the predictions, the analytics about the game so far. So, if you need any insights or if you have any doubts about the game, about the players, about the pitch, feel free to type it in the chat, and we'll talk about it.
yeah, anything under 125 was a really great prediction. Non-striker and striker, they're having a scrap in the middle of the wicket. We might see some UFC as well here, guys. They're not happy with each other. They're arguing and they still haven't stopped. They're talking in aggressive language, I presume, to each other. I think Tanush was very disappointed with Kana not running that third run. I think it was sorry, third run or fourth run, I'm not quite sure. We just have to wait and see. Yes, Gopal Sharma, we are Indians. We are watching this game in India. And just giving our insights about this game, just basically to see, how it's going to go. Again, if you have any questions about the game, please feel free to ask us. I think it's been given as a run out last ball. We're just waiting to see who was the batsman who ended up getting out. So I think it's going to be a 103 all out in the 20 overs for pitch
So it is,
Panthers.
it's 105 all out, I think so,
No, it's
and
106. So
the
they've put
target
on
is going to
three.
be 106.
Oh, sorry, I think they only ran two in the end. Apologies there, Kritesh. So
Yeah.
105 all out, as Kritesh mentioned there, guys. So target 106. Obviously, very good bowling from the stacked CC bowling lineup. Only 9 extra, something that we don't really see a lot in this division so far. Deepak, only batsman, getting to 26 of 32. Singh tried, assisting him, but ended up getting, run out, unfortunately for him, after scoring 20 of 20 balls. Everybody else struggling. Nobody else really getting any consistency in their batting lineup. We are in India, Gopal Sharma. I know I'm wearing a UAE jersey, so maybe throwing you off a little bit, but I am watching this game from India. Gogri says you are getting your rent better for life. I think he's getting a little bit more than rent. He's really happy with his predictions so far. So if you guys want to get some predictions, I'm sure you can ask Better for Life as well. He's been spot on so far today, I guess, with most of his predictions. Again, not everyone, so maybe he needs to improve a little bit, maybe in his
Maybe
predictions.
the confirmed news which he's been getting from the ground weren't accurate. He wanted us to report about this confirmed news to the Kuwait Cricket Board, but whereas we can now feel free to say that all the confirmed news weren't as accurate as it used to be before. So there is no pressure on Cricket Board, I
Yeah,
would say.
definitely. So Gopal Sharma asks, can't you speak Hindi? Yes, we can. हमें हिंदी आती है, but we don't speak in Hindi because we want to make sure that everybody who watches the stream is able to understand what we're trying to say. Obviously, not everybody in India speaks Hindi. Not everybody, everybody who's watching are watching from India as well. I think if you look at the chat itself, Gogri is watching from the Middle East. I think Better for Life as well was from not India. I'm not quite sure. So we
Uh,
want to make sure
we
that
need to
everybody.
know Better for Life. He hasn't answered Gogri's question before. Whereas Cricket Board Better for Life asked Gogri where he was from, but he did not respond to it.
Okay, Gopal, we understand we might be going a bit too quickly. We will basically speak a bit slower, and we'll make sure that we are clear as well in what we say. Again, just to let you guys know, the stream is live on cricketlaunch.tv. Please feel free to click on that link if you want to watch the game live with us. It is the fastest stream in the world for the game, and you'll be more than happy. So we'll be more than happy for you to watch the stream live with us and basically give us your insights as well. Just to let you know, after the 20 overs, pitch Panthers 105 all out, and we're going to take a quick break before we get into the
Yeah.
second innings. So hope to catch you guys as soon as that second innings gets going. Obviously, you guys can take a break as well, have something to drink, maybe use the washroom before we start the chase.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Catch you guys soon again.
Sorry, Gopal Sharma, you asked, what do you think about this league? Is it fake or real? It's definitely a
It's
real
a
league.
real and very
It,
legit league, Gopal
exactly.
Sharma, happening in Kuwait.
It's
Uh,
run in association with ICC, so it's definitely a really high quality league. Obviously, it is domestic cricket in Kuwait. You can understand Kuwait is not the biggest name when it comes to cricket. Not even in the region. Obviously, you have UAE, you have games in Saudi, games in Qatar. So different countries in that region have really high quality cricket players. And Kuwait is trying to develop their cricket, and obviously that's why they have set up all of these competitions, the Falcons Champions Trophy, Premier Division Gold and Silver Cups as well. So I think they're trying to aim to get to a higher level when it comes to their cricketing abilities, and that's why they've set up this league in association with the ICC as well. So it's definitely a legit league, and we've seen some really good quality cricket as well. So again, just to let you know, we'll be taking that quick break and we'll catch you for that second innings. Hey Shishama, you asked where is the live coming from? So we're watching this game live on cricketlaunch.tv, and basically the cricketlaunch.tv website has all of the games in the Kuwaiti Falcons Champions Trophy across the three divisions live on our website. It's ad free and in HD. It's also the fastest stream in the world for this competition. So if you do feel like watching this game with us live, please feel free to click on that link, and then you'll be able to join in on the live stream with us.
Yeah,
What is your
and
opinion on the start, Kritesh?
yeah, definitely. Before that, let me say welcome back to the stream again, guys,
Yeah.
for the second innings. It was a very dominant innings from Shaq CC in the first one. Clearly, spin bowlers have been dominating, and it was very good to see that Shaq CC's captain giving opportunity for every bowler in the team. It was almost eight bowlers in the previous innings. It is even though they were part-timers, they were able to control it. I think it might be the clear. Very bad performing middle orders which Panthers have got in the batting lineup. Uh, they were able to dominate them and keeping the target under 106. I think it was, yeah,
Yeah.
the target is 107. They were able to control them under 106 runs uh, and ended up losing all their wickets in the very last ball of the previous innings.
Just to
We have
stop
Boteju.
you there, Kritesh.
Yeah.
Indica M, non-striker. I'm not quite sure if you noticed. They're moving the batting order around quite a lot. Obviously, Indica in his previous game came, I think it was like about six down to bat. He only faced five balls, ended up getting a boundary, so six of five. And he's been given an opportunity again to go, earlier on in the innings, maybe show himself as a, potent enough, top order batsman. What do you guys think will be the score in the power play? Asks Gopal Sharma. If you ask, Kritesh, let's have a look to see what's his opinion about the
So
score.
about the power play, I think they've definitely got a great bowling lineup. So I think it is going to be under 50 runs for the
Yeah,
power play, I would say.
I think
It's going to be
45
48. Yeah,
is what
48 or
I
yeah,
would have gone
48,
for around
47, I
45.
would say, around that ballpark. Around 47 Gopal Sharma. So Gokul was guessing about 45 and I was guessing about
Yeah,
48. So let's go in between about 46 or 47
yeah,
is what you should be looking at. I think Indica has got a great striking rate of 170. I
yeah,
think clearly that is why he has been brought in earlier. The job for him is to just whack around during the power play, score as many runs as possible. He
yeah.
can put his wicket at risk, no problem. Clearly, there we go. I think we might have to change the mind with the power play score, Gokul, the way these two are playing.
I
Boteju, I
think
think,
he's lucky not to get caught out there. I think the fielder almost, reached the ball with his leap, but unfortunately, too much on the ball for him to be able to save it or for him to catch it. Boteju, incredible strike rate.
yeah,
Uh,
Gopal Sharma thinks he'll get 50 plus. Definitely with Gopal Sharma because both of them clearly having got great strike rate. I did not check the Boteju strike rate before. He is striking at 195 Gokul.
Yeah. The only problem is that Kritesh, I thought initially that they might not go for it as hard as they are going for it now, only because there's no real need for them to do that. It's 106 the target, but I think Boteju playing very aggressively. He played really aggressive in the previous
I think
game as well.
he's in a bit hurry to finish the game
Yeah,
very quickly,
I
Gokul. I
think
think
I think he's got a
with if
movie
this
to catch,
continues.
Kritesh. I think there's a movie in the evening that he really wants to watch with
If
the
this
family.
if this continues, they might be able to chase the score within 8 or 9 overs.
Yeah.
Gokul, do you agree to that?
To be fair, we've seen that happen, haven't we, Kritesh? 130 was chased down in just
I think if
8.5
you're
overs.
someone who would love to back about the run and over for the next over, you can clearly go about 7 or 8 runs. What do you think, Gokul? Do you agree
It's
to that?
another six, I think, Kritesh.
That's another six.
It's just brutal hitting, and obviously the left arm changing the angle, coming over the wicket, not really helping his case. Cricket Better for Life says full throttle, and I think we might have another
That
situation
that
from
clearly
Rivaj.
indicates Botejo's career stats of the strike rate about
Yeah,
195. You
definitely.
can clearly see.
I think again, I just want to go back to that innings, from Reveja the other day.
Yeah.
He went absolutely mental, scoring 113 runs. in very quick succession. So I think Boteju wants to break that record potentially. Then the fielding like that doesn't
That's a
help.
misfield there.
I can
I think
clearly
I don't think this
understand.
fielder might be expecting foot
Oh,
skills very bad. He ends up hitting the boundary line instead of kicking the ball. This is
I've
what we are
never
talking about.
seen. I've seen players kick the ball into the boundary by mistake. I've never seen the player kick the boundary
Kick the
into the
boundary
ball.
line into the
So
ball.
I guess now it makes sense, guys, why they were able to give away 335 runs. I think even Indika's a bit confused how that's ended up going for a four. Where he initially thought,
I
with him
think
coming to bat.
I think he would have thought that if he kicks the boundary line somewhere else, it wouldn't be considered as a boundary.
Yeah, I
That is
think
the thought process.
all of the predictions that we had initially, I think he's just gonna go over all of that at this
Yeah,
point. 6-4, 6-4 in the previous four balls. Really full ball again. He smashes it past that
that's
covers
another
fielder.
four.
Another four. No, I initially just thought that the intent from Botejo is not going to be, that aggressive because of the previous match that he played. He didn't really get off to a good start. He didn't really,
Uh,
score a lot. And I
so
think it's just a
since we
difference in
said
bowling.
yeah, Gopal Sharma, sorry for that. We were thinking that since they were chasing very low total, we might not be expecting this intent. But clearly, with this intent, I think you can back overs for everything.
Yeah, I think
For the next over or the next session,
at this point, you
whatever
just
you
go
feel, you can
absolutely
go
high
over.
on everything. I mean, you say that one wicket, Indika could have got out on the third ball. If you remember, Kritish, he ended up
Mhm.
hitting that ball over slips. If the slip fielder was able to take that catch, you're probably looking at a much different outcome. And our prediction initially that of below 50
Mhm.
runs probably would have still been likely.
Yeah,
Back to back to pass. Under for not happening. Yeah, I think again
definitely
Kritish
under
is
40
not
is not happening.
gonna happen now.
I
Jijo, the
think
new bowler.
under 40 might be happening in 3 over, end of third over, I would say. Under 49. I don't think even that will be possible. Even India has got a great strike rate. So he might also be backing around. The intent is so
We've
high
got a
now.
couple of people now influencing the chat. Obviously, initially it was better for life. Now it is short report. They both are essentially, backing their own predictions. That's just stupid
That's a
bowling,
very
really.
bad bowling from
Wide
Jijo. This is, I
four.
think clearly we know now how they were able to concede 335 runs in the
Yeah,
previous game. Because if you
definitely.
continue scoring 20 runs, if you continue conceding 20 runs in an over, my God, I can't imagine what
It
might
might
be
see
the
the
total.
first ever
Do you think?
400 in a T20 game if these guys bowl to AP11. So definitely keep an eye on that game as well, guys. AP11 are going to go absolutely bonkers on these guys. Kadir Wali especially.
I think
I think
cricket
that
better for life backed over 7.5 in this over,
I
and
think it's
definitely that
easy.
is
I
possible.
think
If you
it's
want to
easy.
back for the next over as well, cricket better for life, it might be Bodeju facing it, so you can back with your entire life savings on it, I would say. I think the next over, it might be more than 10 runs also, easily more than 10 runs. If Bodeju faces three balls, that's clearly going to be more than 10 runs.
Yeah, definitely. Again, maybe even if he doesn't face three balls, it still might be 10 runs the way these guys are bowling. Uh, I
Cricket Better for
just
Life doesn't believe us. He doesn't want to believe us, Gokul. We should prove him wrong in the next over.
I
It's
mean,
going to be more than 10 runs.
we
It's
got
going
maybe
to be more than 10
10 or
runs.
12 predictions correct in that first innings. Almost all of them, at least one of the two of us got it correct. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that initial power play prediction of ours is going to be accurate. Again, it could change all of a sudden with a wicket from
There we
Jijo
go.
here.
Uh, there was not a wicket, Gokul. I think it just went over the heads of the fielder
Yeah,
there.
it should have been a better
So,
effort from the field. Again, you get half chances when you're bowling to somebody like Boteju, and you got to take on that half chance. A little bit of aggression from Boteju as well. A little bit of exchange of words between Boteju and the bowler. Obviously, I think he's not happy with the way he's bowled so far. Jijo, obviously, and he wants to make up and maybe get under Boteju's skin, maybe almost force an error off him. Got a couple more chats. Again, it's only been 8 balls so far. I think it's
that's very high up in the air. Might be a wicket opportunity, Gokul. What
yeah.
do you think? I think that's a sixth.
I think there's
I think the cameraman wasn't able
oh,
to cover it as
it's
well. It
hit
was
the
so huge.
it's hit the light, it's hit the floodlights, so it's a massive sink, a little bit of damage as well to the ball there.
Gopal Sharma, very sorry for your loss, but we could only say what we have been seeing so far. The score of more than 50 in this particular
Yeah.
tournament has been very unlikely so far. It's just in few games. Very rarely you
I
see
think
an
another
outcome
thing you
of
need
more
to
than.
remember is again Vendor, Botejo, and Indika, as good batsmen as they haven't been in the bestest of forms recently. Vendor Botejo only scored 8 runs in his previous match, obviously, and Indika also only scoring 6 runs. So there's a stark difference between the way they
That's
played the
high up in
previous
the
game
air.
and this
I
game.
think there is nobody there. It ends up
Yeah, and again, another
just
thing
those
to
singles.
consider is that the fielding efforts haven't been great. There were a couple of opportunities already, for wickets. That third ball of the innings as well, Vendar Botiju ended up clipping top edge, and your slip fielder wasn't able to take a catch. Um, Again, we never really
Gopal
asked you to
Sharma,
do
we
anything.
never
We're just
asked you
talking about the
to,
game.
yeah.
There's no influence from our end in your life choices. I'm really sorry. Again, we have casual conversations with everybody in the chat about what our own personal predictions are. Again, we never really ask anybody to give us any money if they get influenced by our prediction and make money. If that is the case, Cricket Bara for Life probably ends up giving us quite a lot of money with his predictions earlier in the day as well. So we just try to give our insights. We have to go based off stats, and cricket is a funny game. A lot of things can
Yeah,
happen. You could also see a couple of wickets falling in quick succession here, and them not getting 50 either. So there's no point in questioning us as to why you weren't able to get that prediction correct. Another six
definitely.
from Boteju. Um, yeah, again, we're not trying to make anybody win or lose any money. We're not talking about gambling here. We're just watching cricket and giving you our insights on the game. Uh, we also obviously just have like a streaming service that we provide. Whatever you guys want to do when it comes to your own personal habits, it's your choice. But we just want to make sure that the game is very interactive, very fun, and that's our intention. That's what we try, and that's all we have basically to do. Again, just to let you guys know as well, another six from Botejo. Jijo not really getting his line or length correct. Botejo 31 of 8 balls, Kritesh. How quickly has he gone about his game? Can you see, one of the fastest 50s in
31
the
of 8,
competition
yeah,
so far?
maybe. We might be expecting that's there we go. That's another great shot from him finding its way to the boundary. That's another four from Botiju. 35 of 9 balls so far. I think he might
Is
be able to score his 50 under 15
I think
balls, Gokul. What do
Reveja
you
is
think?
going to be upset now, Kritesh, because I feel like he obviously he's not gonna get his 100 here, Boteju, but he might put a lot of pressure on Reveja to continue his form as well, just to be one of the top batters in the league. What do you say, Kritesh?
Definitely, he might be entering the leaderboard in batsman. Let me check if Boteju has what he scored in the previous games, so that we know if he might be stepping in the leaderboard for leading top scorer in this particular league. I don't see him in top 15, Google. I don't think he has the chance. Maybe if he
No,
gets
he's just
that
not gotten
100
into a
runs,
good
he needs.
form. I think that again, that's
Yeah.
another reason we were talking about. Why they probably won't get to that 50 mark in the power play, Kritesh. But
I think the way he's playing, he's going to be definitely the top scorer for Stack CC end of this game.
I mean, again, Gopal Sharma, if you were, reading the chat, better for life, you predicted that they might actually end up finishing the game before the eighth over as well. So everybody's just giving their opinions about the game. You can do whatever we want with that opinion, but I don't think it's fair for you to, question,
I think
Kritesh
even
about.
Gokul Sharma is very shocked that they're able to chase the total of 106 in just 6 overs. How often do you see Gopal Sharma?
Do
This
you
is
think it might
very
even be
rare.
5 overs here, Kritesh, if KS
Yeah.
is not careful with the way he bowls? They've got to 48 in just the 2 overs. They're almost halfway there already, Kritesh. You might see
Yeah.
them actually finish it before they even get to that sixth over mark.
Definitely, that's a very good possibility, I would say, Gokul. If these two continue, I
Yeah.
think Indiga needs to score a few boundaries to get going with his intent. He hasn't found his luck so far. It's still struggling. I think India is doing a rotating strike kind of role
Yeah.
here, giving it to Boteju, making him get to his fastest
You
50 in his
say
career.
rotating, but he's only faced the 4 balls. He's got 9 runs
Yeah,
already. So I think it's more about the fact that Boteju on strike doesn't really give strike away because he's almost hitting every ball for a 6 or a 4. Run rate is 24. Yeah, I mean 2 overs, 49 runs. That's a bonkers scoreline. Obviously, we don't really see that often. But
Yeah.
when you have a player like Botejo facing pretty poor bowling, you do expect something like that. Again, this is going to do Botejo's confidence a lot
That's
of good.
another shot. That's going to be a four. The way he has been batting, you can't be bowling towards the leg side for Boteju,
Yeah.
and you should be having a deep point
The
there.
question though
If
is,
you
Kritesh, where can you bowl? He can hit you on the offside, he can hit you on the leg side. Is there a place that you think you can bowl and get away with it without essentially leaking runs?
Yeah. Gopal Sharma says, bro, I have been backing this league from 3 years. I knew they'll go 50 plus. So if you are very quite sure about your insights, Gopal Sharma, why do you want to rely on us? Uh, if you have so much insight from last 3 years, we are just here giving the stats. We are not here to help or back anybody
Yeah.
with their
It is not a
betting
this is
skills.
this is not a gambling channel anyway. Just so that you are aware
Yeah.
of it, this is a sports inside channel. We just talk about cricket as if a commentator would. You won't listen to Ravi Shastri talking about potential scores in an over and spend money on that. Maybe you might, I don't know, but that's not what we are here for. We're only talking about cricket from a statistical point of view. That's why we try to give you our insights based on stats. You won't expect a guy who scored just 8 runs in his previous game to come and score 43 of 11 balls. I think that is something that even at a professional level, amateur level, it's not something that anybody can expect or guess. That
That's
along
the
with the fact,
first miss from Bateju.
yeah, it's again another thing that you need to keep in mind. 57 of 15 across any competition in any league. How often do you see that? So I think it's unfair for you to talk about anybody's insights, whether it's in the chat or either of us. Uh, I don't think anybody expected it. I think everybody expected them to score 106 before that 10th over, but to score at this high rate, it just doesn't make any sense. Obviously, the bowling hasn't been great and the batting has been insane. So I think it's just a mixture of both of those becoming like an unlucky factor for you in that sense. Another wide
I
ball
think
for Kesar.
at this stage, Pitch Panthers are trying to bring different bowler every over. Gokul trying to bring different tactics so far, but nothing is working out very well for them. Staxis
Yeah.
clearly dominating. 58 of just not even the third over completed. They're going definitely more than 28 here, as Gogri mentioned earlier. Uh, oh my God, that's very high up in the air. A dropped catch. This is going to cost you a lot, and gone to a boundary as well. You can't be dropping Boteju, who has
It's
been
the
going
third
bonkers, as you
third
mentioned.
opportunity that they've had for a wicket. Obviously, the Boteju drop, not a drop catch, it was a half chance in that third ball in the innings. If they took that catch, we might have been looking at a completely different outcome in the power play. But that should have been a sitter for the fielder there in slips, but ends up almost parrying it for a four. Just shows you how much of a difference in quality there is between these two teams, especially in the field.
So I think Gogri asked how many boundaries from Boteju so far. I think it is about 10 boundaries so far. Uh, 7 4s and 3 6s from Boteju.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
It's just one of those score lines which you can't
He's
really
striking at
believe.
almost 400 rate Gokul. Oh,
Yeah,
this
fourth over 11.5 is better for life. I think at this point you could say over 24, and I would still believe you because obviously the bowling hasn't been great. One ball still to go in the over so far, and then he's already given away 40 balls.
he scored his 50 of just 14 balls. Great half century from
Yuvraj Singh,
Boteju.
who you've got Boteju.
Definitely
364 is his strike rate, Kritesh. Eight fours and
364.
three sixes. Imagine how crazy that is. I think that definitely might be the fastest or the second fastest 50 we've seen in the competition so far. I think Rivage is still holding that record for that fastest 50. Obviously, he scored 13 sixes in that innings, Kritesh, which is insane. Yeah, we did watch the India game. I think I'm not sure if Kritesh watched it, but I was watching that India game. Really good performance from Corbin Bosch and then almost giving them a late scare in that defense. Obviously, Virat Kohli back to his best. I think that's the youngster bowling. I think it's a bit cold in Kuwait. He's got the cap as well on, Kritesh. It's going to be interesting to see
It's
what happens between
it's
Boteju and the
very
youngster.
brave for the Pitch Panthers captain to bring in a youngster at this stage when they're clearly dominating. Will you be, if you are Pitch Panther captain? will you rely on your youngster, the youngest one in your team, to bowl against Indiga and Buddhaju, who have been clearly dominating? I think if you're an youngster bowling against these two, and if you get
A wicket. You'll be really happy.
if you get a wicket, it's going to be clearly a great confidence boost for him. But in case if it goes the other way, and if they whack you, then
But I don't think you mind it
he,
though, Kritesh, because if you look at the rest of your team, they've gone for 66 runs in 3 overs. Anything's better than that, So you're not really, concerned about your own, capabilities. He's bowled really good ball there in that first ball. Obviously, slightly easier to bowl to Indika than Buteju, I would presume.
Cricket Better for Life says there is going to be no wicket from Nave. I think I definitely agree to it. We were just telling that if he, in
I would
case,
agree
gets
to
a
that, Kritesh.
wicket,
I have a feeling that he's actually going to get a breakthrough here, and how incredible that would be for the youngster as well.
I think
Just to
Cricket
come and
Better
get a
for
wicket.
Life is expecting a 6 over finish of chase of 106 runs. I think it might be possible with just needing another 40 runs.
I think the way he talks about himself, I think if he was batting, sorry, if he was in this bowling team, he might have been able to save them, but I don't think anybody else can save them at this point.
Yeah, Cricket Better for Life says, don't jinx it. No, I won't. I would be happy if they chase it in under six
Yeah,
overs.
Gogri did say that, yesterday we had a couple of really good, bowling performances from the youngster.
Yeah,
Botejo going
definitely
for
agree to
it
that.
big time, but there is a fielder there, so, that potential wicket still on that cards.
We can
If
see this youngster is clearly dominating over 2 balls and no boundaries so far in this innings. After you don't see two straight balls where there is no boundary, which means he is. b- Oh my God, I think that might be boundary. Sorry, as
you've
I was
jinxed
talking
it,
about the way
Kritesh.
he was.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I think Kritesh jinxed it there, guys. I'm really sorry if anybody who supports Neve or the Panthers are watching this game. Very unfortunate circumstances because of Kritesh, unfortunately jinxing the youngster.
Yeah, very sorry, guys. I might jinx it, but I think he has definitely done better job than the other bowlers who are very well experienced,
Yeah,
keeping
I
it
think you
under.
made Better for Life really happy there by jinxing it. I think he was expecting an over 11.5 or over 12 was his expectations for this over. Anyway, that's another
Yeah.
boundary, and that's going to
So
massively
I
help
think it's
Better
going
for
to be
Life.
definitely more than 12 runs for this over Better for Life. Your prediction of more than 11 runs in this over has come true, Better for Life. So what is your prediction for next over, Gokul? Do you think it might be more
I think they're
than
going to
14
finish. I
runs?
think they might finish the innings in the next over. Obviously, 2 balls still left in this over.
That's
If they
going to
get a
be
cut,
very
another.
high up in the air. It's going to be huge. Oh my God, you can't drop it. You can't drop it. You should not drop it. Even though it is not the
It's not really.
important wicket, it
It's
is
not.
Indiga's
Yeah,
wicket.
it's not. It's. I mean, at this point, everything is an important wicket. Kritesh, he's going at a pretty decent rate as well. Again, I did, presume that there might be a wicket coming. The youngster looks, solid with the ball. He did go for a couple of boundaries, but you can't really blame him for that. But again, Better for Life, happy there. I think it's better for you if they don't run to there. Was a really good ball again to Botejo. So just the 11 runs coming off the over. He says they will finish in 6 overs easily, I think.
I
So
think the
you
prediction
never
of Better
know.
for Lives
You never know.
more than 11.5 run has not come true.
Yeah, Gopal Sharma says that they'll finish the game in 6 overs. I think before this over, we presume that they might have finished the actual game actually
In the
that
next
quickly,
over.
but they still need 30 runs to score in the next 12 balls if they want to actually finish the game that quickly. Again, if Neve comes back to bowl the last in that sixth over, I think we might end up seeing that they actually take a little bit more time to finish the innings. Again, if they took the catches, Kritesh, four
Yeah.
opportunities so far in this innings for them to take a wicket, and they
So
dropped
Gogri
all
wants us
four of
to
them.
give next over prediction. We need to come up with the number, Gokul. What is your
I'm gonna
number?
say 16. Case you
I'm
wanna.
gonna go with 14, Gokul.
Okay, so let's have a look again, guys. Put your own predictions
What
in the
is
chat.
your prediction for the next over? Gogri and Cricket Better for Life.
I think Case has struggled a bit to find his line and length, so I think it might be a little bit more, free flowing runs this over. I think, and I'm going very short on Case. He
And
says
Gogri
just
says
11.
15 runs.
Gogri goes 15. Let's have a look to see if Better for Life has any info to add, or Gopal Sharma has any info to add. Obviously, if you guys are watching this live, feel free to click on the. If you're not watching it live, feel free to click on the link in the chat. It's the pinned comment. Bit of a live saying, no, I'm not too optimistic. I think after that first ball going for a wayward wide, I wouldn't be optimistic either. Again, current run rate 19.50, Kritesh. How insane is that? 4 overs post the beginning of this innings, 19.50 being the current run rate
Run
is
rate.
insane. And
That's
Indika probably going to go after
incredible.
him as well. It doesn't connect it as well as he wanted to, but the fielder in the 30-yard circle not able to prevent that from being a single. Obviously, this is going to be the matchup that decides whose prediction comes true. Boteju versus Case. Case got hit for a couple of boundaries in the previous over. There's a lot
I
of
think it's
movement in the field.
Boteju facing it. Do you think Boteju might be able to score 75 runs, Gokul? Do you think it's a possibility?
I think definitely if he's able to retain strike, we have seen him try that a couple of times, to take a single of the last ball of the over and face as many balls as he can. And there's no real incentive for him to take singles and to give Indika strike. So I think
Yeah.
definitely there's a good opportunity for Boteju to get to his 75 run milestone. Case again bowling really full to Boteju. Not the smartest thing to do. There is a fielder there. Finally a catch taken, Kritesh. So again, there you go. That's how easily things can change. Somebody who's going so well, hitting the
Definitely.
ball so well, with
Yeah.
a bowler who struggled quite a lot, and you get a half chance. You keep a fielder there, the fielder takes a catch, and all of a sudden, all of the predictions that we had about the game ending in 6 overs looks like it might not come to be. True 52 of 17 for
I think
Boteju.
they might not be able to, with Boteju's wicket, they might not be able to chase it in 6 over line, Gokul. What do you think?
Yeah, I
Gopal
think they're going to
Sharma
struggle a
asks,
bit more
do you
line.
live stream other matches as well? Yes, Gopal Sharma, we cover most of the Falcons Champions Trophy games. And even though if we are not covering it, it'll be live on Cricket Launch TV. You
Yeah.
can feel free to save the link and you'll be able to see all the games happening in
And
Kuwait,
just to
not
let
just
you know as well, Gopal Sharma, we have the fastest stream for the games in the Falcons Championship in the world. So if you want to watch any games, you will have the fastest update while watching it, while watching the game on cricketlounge.tv. So feel free to click, on that link that's in the chat box and save that link in the browser as well, so that you can obviously always stay up to date with all of the games as fast as possible in the world. Basically, you'll be faster than anybody else while watching it on cricketlounge.tv.
Yeah, definitely, Gokul. It's not just Gopal Sharma for your information. It's not just the Falcons Champions Trophy. We also cover the Silver League in this Champions Trophy and also the Premier Cup
Yeah.
in the
But I
same
think he's asking
Kuwait.
about other competitions as well. So
I
Gopal,
mean, other leagues.
we don't
As
cover
of
any
now,
other leagues as of right now because there aren't many cricket matches taking place in that region. Last week, for example, if you were joining us, you would have been able to watch some cricket in the UAE as well. We're covering a couple of tournaments there. We have a lot of tournaments lined up for the future. So we will be covering more games on our website cricketlounge.tv once those games start becoming those tournaments start becoming live as well. So for the time being, it's just the Falcons Champions Trophy games across the three divisions, but we'll have more exciting cricket that's lined up for you. We also cover a few e-cricket games as well on our website as of right now. So if you're ever interested in watching any e-cricket, you can join us for that as well. Again, wayward bowling from KS. Even though they got the
bad for.
wicket and Aflan hasn't looked like he's capable of scoring runs
I
so
think
far.
clearly the Bodich's wicket had brought the intent down
Yeah.
too much, Gokul, I would say. I'm not clear why they brought Aflan in. He doesn't have a
I think
great
it's just giving
experience. He
him
has played
opportunity,
only,
Kritesh. I think that's
yeah.
the important thing. Aflan, young player himself as well, probably wants to just get some opportunity to bat. And this is what we
I think
said.
this is the
If
first game he is batting in his career,
Yeah, he's
Gokul.
flicked it in the air. There's a fielder. There's no fielder there. It means you're
I
like,
think you're
it's
mistaken
going to be
umpire
score.
for a fielder there,
Apologies,
Gokul.
yeah, I almost did. It's going to be another couple of runs for Aflan. So again, this is what we're talking about, guys. If that Boteju wicket had fallen in that third ball, I
Yeah.
think our prediction initially of them not getting to more than 50 runs in that power play would have been accurate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to take their chances. 4 drop catches. ended up meaning that both Buteju and Indika almost had a free opportunity to score runs without really worrying about losing their wickets. Goguri says Aflan does seem young. He is a young batsman, again, not really experienced. He probably wants to utilize this
I
opportunity
think
to score
now
some runs.
Gogri predicts they might be able to chase it in under 8
There's a
overs. I
strong
think
appeal
it's going to
from
be.
everybody.
Do you
Uh,
think it might be possible chasing the score in under 8 overs,
Still, they're going
Ukul?
to
The way
struggle to
they are.
do that though with
Yeah.
Indica not probably getting the best support from Aflan.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a bit harsh again for me to essentially say that out
Today we
loud.
have seen a great performance from Shaq CC. Not just the performance, I would say, the way they have been giving opportunity for everyone in the team.
Yeah,
We have seen that in the earlier innings, they've given
it's a
opportunity for 8
comprehensive
bowlers
performance from
and
them so far today.
bringing a very less experienced batter. I would not say less experienced.
Yeah,
I mean almost no experienced batter. This is the first major league he is playing,
yeah.
Aflan. So this is a great thing
Youngster
you
versus
would want to
youngster
see.
potentially in this over. Kritesh, obviously Aflan on the non-strikers end, but Neve is back into the bowling attack, guys. He's bowled really well. The most economical bowler so far for this Taxi C 11. Sorry, for this Panthers 11. He's only got for 11 runs in that first over that he's bowled, and he was unfortunate. Obviously, a couple of drop catches as well there. So not like he's not capable of getting wickets. It's a good opportunity, almost getting a cotton bowled opportunity in that first ball itself. Hit straight back to him. Unfortunately, he's not able to reach it quite easily. So it's just going to be a single in that first ball. Gogri asks, what would be his salary? I'm not quite sure what the salary of any of these players are. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, I think that's something that you might have to look at their socials and maybe ask them there. Uh, but I'm sure that
It's a
they
great
probably
turn
value.
from Nave Gokul. Did you see? He's able to turn the ball quite very well.
Yeah, but good
Very
response
similar
from
to what we
Afran
saw
though.
from Madhushan.
He,
Yeah.
he, he got the ball into the gap, but unfortunately the outfield not quite quick enough for him to get the boundary. He does run a couple of runs there, so really good battle between these two youngsters, Neve and Aflan. Let's have a look to see if Neve can maybe bounce back and get his line a little bit straight, probably that third or fourth stump line is a better line there. He beats the batsman there, wicketkeeper taking the stumps with that swing quickly, and I think they've appealed for a stumping. It might go upstairs, but I'm pretty sure that he was
Safe, yeah.
rooted in the ground. I don't think he took
I
a
think
field.
umpire is not convinced. Oh, they're going
They are going
upstairs.
upstairs, but I'm quite sure that he got back into. Oh, it is very
Yeah,
close,
he's
but
just
I think he's
yeah.
just about made his ground back. I think it just depends on
Uh,
whether you,
we have
you
Gogri telling that the grass was smoother, it would have been a boundary. This is what we've been talking about Gogri so
yeah.
far. The outfield has not been the great so far in this tournament because of the thick grass in the outfield.
Yeah.
It is very difficult if you don't have much
Oh,
power to the
Kritesh, he
shot.
might
It's
have
not.
had a wicket there because the umpire seems very interested. He's zooming into the crease to see if there's a potential, stumping opportunity there. Umpire going back and forth with the looks.
I think
Uh,
it's not out. We're not
yeah, it's been
convinced.
given as not out. I think there's a little bit of his, feedback in the crease. So Aflan, stays safe for that ball. Obviously, Neve and Aflan, youngsters going against each other. Really good opportunity for both of them. Show what they're capable
I
of.
don't know why Aflan wants to do this wild swing. You have given an opportunity. You might as well use it well. Instead of going for this risky shots,
Yeah.
you would try to play it very positively, scoring some runs. That is what I would be looking at if I'm
It's
coming
a
at
bit
this stage.
quicker, top edge, and the fielder drops another catch, Kripesh. Fifth drop. I think it is harsh for me to say that was a drop catch again. There was a lot of movement there, potential run out opportunity as well. But again, when you get these half
Aflan, he wants to
chances,
go back to the strike. India is telling him, please stay back. Yeah, the swing you're doing is causing
yeah, I
so
think
much wind
Indica's
out there.
probably gonna look at taking the single of the last
It's
ball to keep
already
strike.
it's already the climate is very
Yeah,
colder. He doesn't want to
yeah.
face more wind from Aflan, I
So
think
a
so.
big swing in the air. Fielder
Oh
takes
my
the catch.
God.
So
I
Neat, the
think
youngster, has
I think
proven you wrong, Kritesh. You did
yeah.
question whether it was the smartest thing to bring him into the attack. He's given just the 4 runs in this over, and he's
I
gotten
think
a massive wicket of Indica. And all of a sudden,
now Aflan is talking back to India, telling that I should have been in the strike. I would have changed the fate of yours. Uh, India is not
happy with himself.
convinced.
Yeah,
Does not agree with Aflan. He could
yeah.
have done it better, but the top edge getting him unlucky there.
I think
He
the important thing there is again we did mention this early on, even when they were going crazy in the power play. we did
If they
realize that
lose
if
wickets,
they lose
it's going to
wickets,
bring the intent
that's
down.
the end of it, right? That's the end of this the batshit crazy scoring. The only thing is, they didn't take those catches early on in the innings, and that's costed them. If they had taken the catches and the opportunities that they were given by their two openers, you might have seen that they would have struggled to get to 50 in the power play.
But still, they need only 20 runs, Gokul. Do you think
But they've
Gogri's
only
prediction of
scored they've only
chasing
scored nine
Thunder?
runs in the last 2 overs, Kritesh.
Yeah, but still, 9 run is still okay to for them to be
Oh no, they're going to
chasing
be
the score
chasing
in
this
8 runs.
easily, but I'm
No,
saying
yeah,
a
no,
lot
I'm
of people, I
saying
think even
I'm not asking
Gopal
about
Sharma predicted that they're going to finish this game before the sixth over. But all of
yeah.
a sudden, it doesn't look like they're going to be anywhere close to finishing the game in the sixth over, because obviously 20 runs still required. KS coming back into the attack, only giving away 6 runs in that previous over. All of a sudden, it's not as easy. Aflan on
Yeah.
strike, Ahilan on
But the
non-strike.
question was, Gokul, do you think the Gogri's prediction of chasing it in 8 overs will be true? Will it come true?
I think yeah, definitely. They still have 12 balls just to score 20 runs. There's still a likelihood of them scoring. Obviously, there's no guarantees. I think it's a bit more in the favor of the bowling team now for a little bit.
Mhm.
At least till these two batsmen get set. Aflan, obviously, youngster, hasn't really had a lot of experience. He probably wants to
Great
make sure that
shot.
he
That's
stays
another
proper.
drop catch just above the fielder. They could have caught Aflan's wicket there, I think.
Yes, poor fielding effort. I think this is the reason why they ended up giving up away 335 runs in that first game. It's not a good fielding unit. The bowling, if you're a bowler, obviously you've been hit all around the park, but you feel a bit let down as well. KS could have had his second wicket. It's just unfortunate that they haven't been able to take their opportunities and take those catches. Could have been a completely different outcome. They would have still lost the game, I think, pretty comfortably in the end
What do
today.
you think
But
about Aflan's batting style, Gokul? He bends down even before taking the shot. Every ball he has faced, he kneels down, he bends so much.
yeah, I think the field has
That's a
thrown the
different
ball on Afran there.
batting
He's ended
style.
up getting hit on his leg, but it's okay. There's no real injury or threat there. But again, I think it's just the way some people like to bat. He wants to utilize the crease as much as he can. He's moving
Yeah.
around quite a bit, and he's almost trying to get underneath the ball. Obviously, he's not really the tallest player. Obviously, myself, I'm not big, and I'm not a tall batsman. So when I bat, I do end up bending my back knee, almost trying to get some leverage under the ball to get it over the infield. But again, I think overall he's going to be
Mhm.
happy with himself so far. He's got 8 runs in the opportunity he's been given, and I think that's the most important point for him. He just wants to play his game, show some
Yeah.
Consistency, and I'm sure he'll be happy with the performance he's
I
had so
think
far.
the way they're playing now with the intent going low with Aflan and Ahilan, two new batters in the crease,
I'm not sure about
it
the
might,
keeper's
it
stand
might,
there. We saw in the first innings, how important it was to have a solid wicketkeeper, few runouts, few stumping opportunities. The keeper here, he just basically picked it up and tried throwing it back, but no real intent in trying to hit the stumps.
yeah.
Pretty unfortunate circumstances for the Panthers here.
Definitely. That's a quick run, risky run, I would say. I am not quite sure why Akilan took time running. It was very clear and easy run if we had taken it
But
earlier.
that's a difference, though, Pritesh. In the field, they've been so poor. We've seen so many instances of direct hits in this
Mhm.
competition so far. And also,
I
Panthers
think
have
that
been
is what
so
it
poor.
should be.
What is your
If
opinion on
you're
that, Kritesh?
definitely the Panthers' performance have been very poor with the bowling as well and the fielding. I think even though if your bowling is bad, you need to be coping with the fielding. If you miss catches and do not field very well, go for overthrows, then it's going to cost you more than what it should have been. So that is what if
Yeah,
you're a pitch Panthers player, you need to be working on uh,
yeah.
building up some
I think they have
bowling
a
as well.
lot of work to do, if I'm being honest with you, Kritesh. How have the Panthers performing in the league? So, Gogan, I'm not
I
quite sure
think
if you
if
joined
we
us
tell
earlier
the
in the game.
if we tell
Uh,
the insight from the previous game from Pitch Panthers, Gogri wouldn't agree to it. He won't believe, I would say. They considered 335 runs, Gogri. I think if they ended up bowling earlier on in this innings, in this particular match,
yeah.
we might be looking at a score of 400. I wouldn't be surprised if
I think 400 is
Staxi.
a bit too extreme, Kritesh, considering
I
obviously
think if
not a lot of
Boteju's
batsmen.
wicket and was not gone,
Yeah.
definitely we could
Again,
have seen
just so you
definitely
guys are
350 plus,
aware,
I would say.
they haven't really come out with their main bats. The only main batter who came out to bat so far is Boteju. Everybody else is just like youngsters or people who don't normally get a lot of opportunity to bat in
Yeah.
Ahilan and I forgot the name, but whoever I think it was Indica who came out to
Aflan.
bat.
Yeah, Indica.
So
Yeah.
both of them are not really like genuine batters. So they're just giving opportunity at this point, and even after that, they still got 92 runs for just a loss of 2 wickets in 7 overs. For that prediction of 8 overs, obviously, they still need quite a lot of runs. I think it's about 15 runs that they need to win now.
Yeah.
So for that prediction to come true, again,
Definitely.
another over where they didn't really score a lot of runs, just 4 runs coming off the bat and 2 extras. So I
You
think,
just need 14 runs, Gokul.
yeah.
Do you think 14 runs is possible in this over
I don't
with
think so,
Ahilan and
Krish.
Aflan batting?
I think the youngsters
It,
bowl
it
really
might take
well.
one more over. I think if
Yeah, I think it might
by
take
end
two
of
more
ninth
overs
over,
actually, because Neve has
yeah,
actually been really solid so far. I think his bowling has been very impressive. So I think there's a good likelihood that they might actually end up only finishing this game on that ninth over, which was what we initially predicted anyway. I think it's another exercise for us to remember. Everybody in the beginning expected the game to go to 10th over. The way they went about in those first 3 overs, in the first 3 or 4 overs in the power play, some people
that
in the
was a
chat.
great shot from Ahilan. I think it has gone all the way to six. Huge six, I would say. It has gone out of the stadium.
Yeah, it's a massive shot. But again, that's just another thing to remember. Like we predicted so many things for this inning so far, but at different stages, so many different
It keeps on changing
exactly.
the way the intent is,
Even though
and
it's just
this
been
is
one-way
how.
traffic
Yeah.
within that innings, even though they've
Mhm.
never really found it difficult to bat, it does change quite a bit. So that's why I want to say, people in the chat, when you ask us for our insights, we can only give you insight based off our understanding of the
and
situation.
and
But if
also
a
the
bowler comes and
stats.
bowls a couple of no balls or like a couple of poor balls, that's not something that we're prepared for. We
That's
have
again
to.
very high up in the air, Google. Do you think they might be able to catch this? Oh my God, that's another drop. Another drop.
It's just
This is what
incredible,
you should be
Kritish.
working on.
Seventh drop of the innings. If I'm Neve, I'm walking off the pitch. I could have had 4 wickets by now if my fielders were able to take a catch. It's just really disappointing. You can see it in his face as well. He's not really happy with the
Yeah.
fielder. Again, after getting hit for a six, smart bowling, flights it
Mhm.
up, invites the shot, and did basically everything he could have done as a bowler to bring that wicket opportunity. Goguri says you're defo better at fielding. I wouldn't be surprised, Goguri. I think we've seen a lot of really good fielding efforts in this competition so far, especially in the ground fielding. Kritish, we extensively
That's
talked about this.
another aerial Gokul. Do you think it's a six or another dropped catch? Oh, he got it this time. That's a catch for Nave.
So finally a catch, and then Aflan goes for 8 of 12 balls. Neve, has been very impressive. I think he's definitely been one of the players. I'm gonna definitely, I'm gonna write his name down for any of the future games that we, commentate on. He's been very impressive. I think in this game,
Definitely. I agree
considering
to that.
how difficult it's been for everybody else,
I think
22.
in this team, more than all the experienced bowler, he is the one who is dominating with the
Yeah,
bowling, I would say. He has taken the wickets he has created wicket-taking opportunities with the way he has been bowling. So many catch opportunities, but because of the poor fielding, it was very difficult for him taking those wickets.
yeah, definitely. I think finally, people, taking catches, probably makes him really happy. Adnan says, can't guess in cricket, anything can happen. I think that's in sport in general. I think at any point, the underdog could change the game all of a sudden.
Mhm.
Let's say if they lose
7 runs.
another.
Do you think Gokul 7 runs of next three balls to get Gokri's prediction
No,
right?
it's
Do
not
you
seven. I
think
think it's
it's
8 runs
possible?
that they need. I don't think they're going to get 8 runs. Indica
Mhm.
is the new batsman, and obviously a couple of Indicas in this team. I don't think they're going to even try risking losing any wickets. I think they're going to be happy with just making sure that they get through to the end of this game without losing any more wickets, because obviously there's no really need for them to try to go after a big chase all of a sudden and then lose their wickets.
I
Even if
think
it
it
takes
is
them another
Indiga
over.
M coming.
No, I think
And
Indica was the opener, Pritesh. I think
oh,
this is
okay,
the other
sorry.
Indica.
It's another
There's
Indiga.
a couple of Indicas confusing us, guys. Hope you're
So
not
many
getting
Indigas.
confused as well, yeah. It's not the most common name. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody with the name Indica and all of a sudden there's 2 Indicas in a team.
The only Indiga I know is the car Gokul.
That's
To a old one.
Indica with a different spelling, Kritesh, or the British
Doesn't
name.
matter. It's very similar pronunciation. One sixer and that's all. Yeah, we just need 6 runs now.
Flighted ball, over covers. I think there's a fielder there. interesting fielding effort. He almost didn't move, and all of a sudden he just stuck a single hand out to stop that from going for a four. If he
So
missed
it's
that,
a
he would have
two.
looked like an idiot. But it's just
For Gogre's predictions to come, it's just a
it's just
single
one. It's
there.
just
So
one.
now six, and it's going to be chase.
It's not a
It's a
six. It's going to be a
six.
one bounce, and it's just going to be a single. Good fielding in the boundary. I think they run two in the end. No, it's just a single.
Unfortunately, Gogri, your prediction of chasing in 8 overs hasn't come true.
Yeah.
I think we might be expecting another 2 balls or 3 balls for them to face in
I
order
think
to
Kritesh, this is
chase
another
this.
thing. Like, at one point, we were all convinced that they're going to finish this game before that eighth over. But
Yeah.
a couple of wickets, and all of a sudden, they're struggling to, um, score the required runs in that eight over, period.
Definitely.
I think that's just how easily the game can change. One wicket, one missed opportunity, one six, and all of a sudden the equation just massively jumps one way or the other. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think at any point they look like they might have enough to win the game with their bowling effort. Um, yeah, obviously Christensen
It's
new
quite
bowler.
funny to see the required run rate is just 0.33.
I think
Gogri is
Christensen,
surprised with the required run rate
yeah,
being
Christensen's
displayed on
coming
the
in
screen.
to bowl. Obviously, it's his first over. He's probably just there just to save time more than anything else. There's no point in bringing in a medium pacer when you only need 7 runs to win. So not even 7, 5 runs to win in the next 12
Five.
overs.
Not even 5, Gokul. It's just 4 runs to
I think
win. The
it's
target is 106.
106. Apologies, I thought it was 107 there. 4 runs to win. I don't know why I'm moving your fielders around so much. There's no real point.
Let's
Unless
see if Indica
Christensen
can
get a
finish it
hat-trick.
off in the first ball. No.
Very
There's
sensible
the
batting from
finger.
Indica's a quality batsman, Kritesh. He's split into the
Yeah.
gap. He's taken a single. Given Ireland, the guy who hit the six in the previous
I
over,
think
the chance to finish the game
it's the
off in style.
opportunity for Akilan to win it off with style. Do you think we might be expecting a boundary here?
I actually think a wicket's coming, Kritesh. Watch what happens. There's an opportunity there. There's no fielder. I don't know why
I
you
think
would
there is a
keep.
field in it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying there's no fielder in the
Oh,
30-yard
okay.
circle. Why would
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
why would you keep when there's 3 runs or 4 runs to win? Why would you keep your mid off on the
Gogri says
boundary?
Tala would have
So
finished it definitely, but Tala would have taken a lot of time. I think he would have put us on nerves
there
and
you go.
then
Tala
taken it to the
Indica
last ball.
finishes the game off in style. Massive six. He was waiting
Our,
for
our
that bad ball
prediction
from
of
Kristen.
chasing it in the 3 balls had come true, Gokul. That's another prediction today,
There
which
you
has
go.
come correct.
That's 15 for the day, I guess. That's come true. It's a massive six, though, Kritesh. He's middled it to finish the game off, and almost putting the Panthers all out of their misery. Stack CC ended up winning the game, with almost what was it, 11.3 overs still to spare, and 7 wickets. A comfortable chase. All thanks to that lightning start from Boteju. Obviously he got off to a brilliant start, scoring 52 of 17, one of the fastest 50s we've seen in the competition so far. He was assisted by Indika M, who scored 21 off just 11 balls, and before he ended up losing his wicket to Neve. Again, Neve very impressive, getting a couple of wickets where everybody else was getting absolutely belted left, right, and center. So he's going to be happy with his performance, but everybody else probably really disappointed. Imagine there's a few people there who gave 24 runs in their over. And there's Christian who went for 16 of the 3 balls, sorry, 8 of 3 balls. Kais did decently enough to get a wicket. Unfortunate not to have a couple more drop catches. Neve only going for 25 runs in the 3 overs. He's bowled really good economy rate considering everything else was crumbling around him. Getting a couple of wickets. Unlucky not to get more wickets. And at the end of the day, it's just a very easy chase for the Stack CC team. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the match today, and obviously feel free to click on the link and save that link in the browser to watch all of the other games live as well. We really hope to catch you guys again soon.
Definitely. It was a great chase from Stack CC. After the victory, they have climbed up the leaderboard. I think they'll be on number 1 after this game. And
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what to comment on the improvement part for picked Panthers. I think they need to improve on everything. I would say they need to
Yeah.
improve on their batting, bowling, and mainly I would say fielding. So if you're someone, if you're a Pitch Panthers fan, you're definitely disappointed with your performance today. But hopefully, so many more games to come, they might improve their play in the
Yeah,
upcoming
Gogri
games.
says young players were better. I think Yakes and Neve showing how it's done to the more experienced or so-called more experienced players in the team. But again, I think that's positive. That's the only positive from today for the pitch Panthers, isn't it, Kritesh? Neil and
Yeah.
Case,
Hmm.
doing well with the ball. But
Yeah,
overall,
definitely.
I think it's been a disappointing game for them. And Staxi, on the other hand, probably very happy with the way they have played the game, and they're probably going to be
Yeah.
excited for what's to come for the
Great,
rest of the
I would say
competition.
great bowling attack also from Staxisi. If you're watching Staxisi game in the upcoming this particular tournament, the key things to notice, they have got great bowling attack and they're very good with the batting, especially Boteju coming early on in the power play. It's going to be very high scoring with a
Yeah,
lot of boundaries to come. Thank you guys for joining us today. As we have told you earlier, tomorrow it's going to be even exciting game. So please save the link and join for the game tomorrow. Thank you.
have a nice day, guys. Bye.